Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What day is today? It's QuizzleMania 27 Day, the biggest QuizzleMania ever. I am your host, the Shakespeare of online wrestling-based distractions, Adam Blompier, and I am joined by 4 contestants toughing it out for total trivial triumph. Without much further apu, let's meet our contestants. First up, it's Mr. Davis. It's Ollie. Hello, sir.
Hi.
That was abrupt. How are you?
Well, yeah, I'm good. I'm in the zone. I've lost the championship as of the Royal Rumble, so I'm on the hunt for achievements to get my confidence back up.
I see. You're itching for that that fix, that validation fix, are you?
Yeah. I need something because I'm pretty insecure deep down, and without prop belts and stuff, I don't know who I am.
Yeah. Without gaudy trinkets, YouTubers are nothing and lost. I absolutely understand. Good luck with the quiz, in which case we'd hate to see you completely unravel. And let's welcome, of course, your arch frenemy, making his return to QuizzleMania after a little bit of time. The one, the only. It's Luke.
Hey,
Hi, Luke.
Hey, dude, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm really good. It's so nice to see you. I see you most days, but not on QuizzleMania, so it's been a while.
You know what? It's nice to be back. I just posted up on Twitter that it was happening, and Queen Hannah messaged me to be like, I've missed you being on the show. And you know what, Adam? I've missed being here as well. So I'm just excited to be back. That's
delightful. First QuizzleMania from your new house.
I know it is. I've tried to make my background look more interesting. This is just a pic. Look, this is meant to be on a wall. I've used it to cover a window.
That's from Sin City, right?
It is, yeah, because you see, I'm cool, and I have a favorite panel from Sin City, so I got my brother to draw it for me as a Christmas present.
Oh, that's delightful. From before Frank Miller went racist and crazy.
Oh, yeah. Yes, for the record, this is about 20 years old.
Much like Frank Miller's politics. Awesome. Right, well, welcome back to QuizzleMania. Lovely to have you, as always. And just before I introduce my next guest, I am a little thirsty, so I'm just going to pour myself a nice little. There we are. That's some monkey shoulder. It's just a bit of scotch. I don't know much about whiskey. If only we knew someone who did. This is all too horribly cute, so I am going to welcome our very special guest. It is the one and only Max Rehwoldt. Thank you so much for being here. Our very special guest. Hello.
Hello. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so much better now that I have this in my hand. I've recent subscriber to your YouTube channel, sir. Wrestling with Whiskey. We have one of our guests, in fact, would like to learn how to drink whiskey properly. If you're willing to help him with that, but yeah, thank you so much for being on the show. Getting through a lot more of this in lockdown than I used to.
Yeah, that seems to be the case for a lot of us, for reasons. But I'll take it. It's good for me.
Exactly. So obviously, would you count yourself as a wrestling scholar? Are you someone who kind of like has seen every tape, has read every magazine? Is that kind of your style?
Oh my God, absolutely not.
Excellent. Come to the right place.
Yeah, man. I don't even know what I did. Like it used to boggle my mind when I would see interviews with wrestlers and be like, they'd ask him, "Do you remember this huge pop? Do you remember this match when you faced?" And everyone's like, "I don't know. I had 1,000. I've been in Poughkeepsie, New York 1,500 times. I don't know. I don't remember." So I remember some of the stuff that I grew up loving, some of the early WCW and WWF stuff. I have a pretty good brain on that, but we're going to find out today, I guess, what else I got in the tank.
We certainly are. And before I let you go, what is your favorite fast food franchise?
Oh, God. I've done such a good job at avoiding. I mean, does Chipotle count as fast food?
I think so. You're in and out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So. I mean, that's that. I lived off that on the road. So 100%.
Awesome. Enjoy the show. Thank you so much for being here. All right, and finally, we're moving on to our QuizzleMania champion, of course, the reigning, defending QuizzleMania champion, because this is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about having fun. It's about hardware, nothing but. So let's welcome our champion. It's Andy, the implausible QuizzleMania champion, dethroned Tempest, who actually knows about wrestling, because last time's QuizzleMania was very silly. How do you feel as a fraud?
I do feel like a fraud. I feel like a bit of an anticlimax after that. I've been to a WWE show, so we're pretty similar in that sense. I've watched wrestling before.
Mm-hmm.
I have a beard, but yeah, I'm not expecting to make it 2 out of 2 or 2 out of 2 in the last couple of weeks, because if there's any trivia on this, then Luke's here.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty confident about beating one person on this quiz, and his name is
Mr. Davis. Obviously, does have a very proven track record in some excellence.
But yeah, no, I'm just hoping to make my fan happy, and if he's happy, then I'm happy. So yeah, let's move on. And thank you for using that photo again in the thumbnail. It's a great memory for me.
For McDonald's. Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with working for McDonald's.
No, absolutely not. You're absolutely right.
That I didn't.
Yes, it's because you were an imposter. It's because you were pretending to work at McDonald's to further your journalistic career is why I like that photo so much. Absolutely no shade on anyone working.
You got to do what you got to do. Leela told me, and I agree.
Very, very good. Right. So before we jump into the quiz, I do also want to say, first of all, if you do want to check out on everything that Matt's been up to, all of his links to his socials are down in the description. Click on that. If you would like to throw us a message in order to have us read a super chat, an ultra chat out, the link to do that is also in the description and is the pinned comment in the comment feed. So please do that. We will obviously be reading out all the ultra chats of $5 or more. Thank you again for everyone who donates to us. And finally, this is a sponsored episode. The good people at Surfshark have sponsored us for this month's QuizzleMania. So stay right there. I'm just going to give you a quick word from our sponsor. The point of silly QuizzleMania and its silly content is to be a distraction from the world. Ooh, world, you scary. If your response to the world being a stupid place full of awful people is to barricade yourself on your sofa, you've made the smart play. While avoiding the world at large, it seems only fair you get to access the excellent streaming services of the world at large. For that, Surfshark has got you covered. Are you in the UK and want to watch all the Warner Brothers films that will be coming to HBO Max this year? Maybe you're in the US and want to catch all the Peep Show using UK Netflix. It's great, you should, by the way. Maybe you want to check out iPlayer, Hulu, Global Entertainment, and Sports, and much more, all from the same sofa. Then use Surfshark. It has over 1,800 servers in over 60 countries, and when you sign up, you can use it on an unlimited number of devices at the same time. It works on Mac, PC, Xbox, PS4, mobile, smart TV, any device you can think of. Get Surfshark VPN at surfshark.deals/jamnatjam. Enter promo code jamnatjam for 83% off and 3 months for free. Make sure you use that link and code so Surfshark knows that QuizzleMania sent you. Again, that's surfshark.deals/jamnatjam. Enter promo code jamnatjam for 83% off and 3 months for free. Okay, Magic. We're going to welcome back our contestants in 2 seconds. I'm so annoyed. I did the whiskey skit that I had planned, but I forgot to play this one video, which I was searching the internet looking for awesome Matt Rehwoldt memories, and it turns out I found this awesome thing from NXT, which I am going to play, and hopefully it will not get this video blocked because I've done some fancy thing with it. But it is what I like to call the perfect catch, and oh man, it blew me away. And there it is. There it is. What an absolute hero.
I promise you, the only thing I've ever caught, like in my, other than a human being, I've ever caught on the fly in my life. Holy crap.
That's on par. That's on par with The Rock catching the baton from Boss Man Survivor Series.
That's a pop fly. I mean, that was blind, one-handed. I didn't even know I did that.
I was just going back and watching some of the old like 2013 NXT, and it's just like, damn, that was cool. So I wanted to share it with everyone watching. Right. Before we kick in, Ollie, I believe you had some questions.
Well, I was watching some great content on Wrestling with Whiskey earlier, and you know, I want to be cool, and I've been struggling through this bottle of, I believe it's pronounced Lap Horaigi.
That's it.
Scottish,
hands down. Yep.
That's like taken me 2 years to get to there, and none of those experiences have been pleasurable. And I thought, in an effort to make you like me, you could tell me how to taste it properly.
Well, a good start is pronouncing it Le Prehegi. That's a good start in getting me to like you. So no. And if you think whiskey is the thing that's going to make you cool, might want to reevaluate a few things. That's all right. But it's a start, right? It's all about that first step. So I actually just did a video on this. So check out Wrestling with Whiskey on YouTube. And we did a video on how to taste your whiskey nice and proper like. But basically, you want to pour it. Number one, you clearly don't like peated scotch. So never buy peated scotch again.
Who does?
Who's Pete?
He's the guy they throw in the mash tank and they swirl him around a little bit.
I knew Cornell was to blame for all this.
So yeah, all right. So I see you waiting patiently. So pour it in.
How much? Like, is it
Basically a finger or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depending on that's perfect.
You're natural.
And now you look with your eyes, your heart, and your soul, and you look at it, and you make up the most pretentious, douchiest name for brown that you've ever heard.
Sweet amber?
Oh my God!
I was going to say burn amber.
You would have. It's all douchey and great. My favorite thing is
swish.
Some people say swish. Some people say never, ever, ever swish.
Because what have you done?
I swish. I swirl because then you look at it, you get legs in your glass, but go ahead, put your nose on the rim of the glass, open your mouth, and smell. There you go.
What does the opening the mouth do?
It makes you look like no. It is a scientific thing. I don't know what it's something about the olfactories and whose factory what
go around and into your
and it's alcohol, so it doesn't go and burn the crap out of your nostrils. It kind of circulates it a little bit. So and then just start coming up with fancy names for what you smell, which in that I bet is going to be like smoke, campfire, wood.
I was gonna say smoke. I thought that was a good thing to start with.
That's your peated scotch.
I'm struggling not to breathe. Like it's all going in through my.
Oh, Jesus.
You breathe in through both. You don't just do you don't block your mouth off and do it like it's all coming in and going out.
We don't deserve guests, Ollie. What are you doing?
and then you taste. And then you swish it around. Don't swallow it right away. Swish it around. A little bit left, a little bit right. Little known fact, your left cheek absorbs it at 5% faster than your other cheek.
Oh.
Absolute bullocks, but that's okay.
I totally bought that as well.
I do stuff. I feel like I never knew I was like a deadpan, but like my wife hates me. Because I constantly like rib her and like will say stuff that's ridiculous, but she's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Do I really sound serious?" She's like, "Yeah, you sound convincing. You sound very like deadpan and serious." I'm like, "Okay, you have the world's worst stand-up comic."
I kind of want to try whiskey now. I tried it once when I was 18. I had a Talisker Storm for my 18th birthday, and then I coughed a lot and was like, "Nah, that's probably not for me."
That was me. That was me with weed. I coughed a lot and then said, "Thank you."
And inhale.
Yeah.
On that bombshell.
Thank you very much.
I think thank you so much for that how-to guide. Swishing and bollocks is what I picked up mostly from that. We're going to move on to our first round of the quiz. Huzzah! Which is the price is shite, and it is in honor of our guest, all booze related. It's an entirely alcoholic price is shite this time around. So I have trawled the internet for special alcohols, and I want you to tell me in dollars how much you think they can be bought for. If it's a special like website where you can buy it, I will let you know. But it is all in dollars.
That'll help.
I will provide you as well with some flowery language or bollocks, as we've learned that it is, to accompany each item. And then I will go around and ask all of you how much it's worth. The closest without going over, so Price is Right rules, will get 5 points. All right, so the first item up on the block is this. It is the Belle Radici Cabernet Sauvignon, which is there he is. I did not know that would happen. No, oh God, I can't cover you up. I hate it. Anyway, this is. I'll take it away.
So funny. I don't know why it's so funny.
This is the Bella Twins wine. This is made from Bella. That is the Bella.
You can see them on the label.
Yeah.
Okay.
A wonderfully concentrated Cabernet crafted by Nikki and Brie Bella, Ryan Hill, and Tim and Mark Wygard. This full-bodied Cabernet packs tons of blackberry, vanilla, and sage flavors. Pairs well with steak, grilled lamb, or aged cheeses. How much could you buy one bottle? How much is one bottle of Belle Radici Cabernet Sauvignon? I'm just going to head off into our Ultra chats, read a few of those while you guys are writing your answers down. Virgil Namodo says, another awesome grab for Wrestle Talk. Hope everyone is having a good year so far. Request for Matt. May we have a PFK, the name of the channel, in the style of Rusev Day. Hashtag jam that jam. Didn't take long.
Of course. Sorry, what were the letters?
PFK.
PFK. All right. That is a real thing. Yeah. Actually, that's a fun fact. That's a terrible thing to do to your voice before you're actually going to sing. That like it just messes your throat all the way up. Just drink some water and you'll be done. Yeah. But can't ruin the gimmick. So ladies and gentlemen, the greatest day on planet Earth. It's yesterday, today, tomorrow. Not mine, not that other guy's. No, it is PFK Day.
Perfection. Thank you so much. Thank you to our wonderful fans. Please don't treat Matt like a jukebox, though. He is we're very, very happy to have him here. But Mr. Big Pip says, "Oh my, that's Matt. That's Matt Rehwoldt. What's he doing in the jam-packed zone? Can't wait for a lovely time with the boys. You are all wonderful." Question for Matt: what is your go-to scotch? Currently on, I don't know how to pronounce this, but Bruichladdich Classic Laddie this evening. What is your
Bruichladdich good? Me, I'm more of a bourbon and rye American whiskey guy generally, but I've delved into scotch. My go-tos are Glenmorangie. I really like their wine finished ones, their sherry finish. Also, Glendronach is also very good. They have a PX sherry finished 12-year and 15-year, which are both really, really nice.
Ooh, they sound delicious. Right, I'm going to go through each of you one by one and ask for your answers. Luke, let's start with you, please.
$39.99.
$39.99. Ollie.
I'm really good with how much wine costs in this country. I think in the States, particularly wine made in the States, is cheaper. I've gone for $27.
$27. Andy.
$29.99.
$29.99. And Matt.
See, I don't know wine at all, and it can be ridiculously cheap for good wine and then stupid expensive. So it's such a crapshoot. I'm going to say they're on the side of the consumer, and I went $19.99.
$19.99. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off to a flying start. Someone has got it bang on the banana, because this bottle of Belle Radici Cabernet Sauvignon will set you back $39.99 to the cent. The man knows he loves his Bella Twins branding. Very, very good job. Next up, it is a bottle of, if you've been on Instagram, you've heard of this. It's Terramana Blanco Tequila. It's the Rocks Tequila, who, oh no.
It's going to keep going.
Oh God, I hate it. Thank you, Andy. But yes, as anyone who's been on Instagram will know, The Rock has a tequila company. How much, though, will one bottle of tequila set you back in dollars from thebottleshop.com? How much will a bottle of Terramana set you back? Mike Jensen says, a question for Mr. Rehwoldt. Did they put you with Rusev because you were his aide in English? How much fun was it being paired with him? It seems like on camera you guys were having a ton of fun with it.
First off, bravo. Puntastic. But no, yeah, dude, we had a ton of fun. That was a total random pairing. Was not, as I've said before, not supposed to be a pairing. It was kind of a one-off thing, that silly singing ceremony with the key, and we all got RKO'd, and that was supposed to be it. But then something clicked in the audience, and they just went with it. And I had been buddies with Miro since the FCW days, but we never really worked closely together. And that allowed him an opportunity, which I know he loved, to just kind of be himself. And it kind of afforded me a similar thing. So we both got to just kind of have fun in wrestling for the first time in like what felt like years, I think, for both of us. So it was an absolute blast.
It was indeed.
We legit added that date into our work calendar as like, well, cool, because we thought it would be like a one-off thing. So we were like, next year we'll be able to be like, it's actually Rusev Day again. And then because it caught on, we were like, this is actually a useless thing in our calendar now because
well, unless you got one of the very limited Rusev Day calendars, which had it listed every single day.
Just one of those rare moments, of WWE having like, oh, that actually is very funny. Great merch. Yes, the quiz. Terramana Tequila Blanco. Let's go the opposite way this time. So we're going to start with you, Matt. How much for a bottle of the Rock Tequila?
Yeah, so I've seen this in the store, so you'd think I would have noticed. But again, I walk right by the tequila to the whiskey. So take it. My best guess, I know it's not crazy expensive, but I'm going to go $34.99.
$34.99. Andy?
$59.99.
$59.99. Ollie?
I'm pretty sure celebrity tequilas like that, like Justin Timberlake's ones, are quite expensive. So I've gone $72.
$72. And Luke, $59.99.
I'm the same as Andy. I thought it'd be pricey because it's The Rock.
It is pricey. At least where on the bottle shop it is, because on the bottle shop it costs $81.75.
Wait, what?
Apparently so.
Ouch. I guarantee you, every liquor store in this state and I've never seen it for more than $40.
Oh wow, really? Maybe that's just a thing because of us. Maybe it's like including shipping to us. We're getting ripped off. Oh man. Thank goodness I didn't buy one. I didn't say that, Dwayne. I'm so sorry. Right. Next up, we have a pair, a fine pairing. These are WWE wines.
That's right.
They are the Ultimate Warrior Sin Fandel, the ultimate, which is cultivated from vibrant grapes of parts unknown. This wine celebrates the legacy of a spirit that runs forever. And the Undertaker's Cab Sauv. Each bottle is individually numbered, hand-filled, and wax-dipped using his signature color purple, featured in a unique tombstone-shaped glow-in-the-dark label, so you know it's fancy. So this is a 2-bottle Legends pack, which you can get from www.wines.com.
What?
Yeah, no, this is legit. This would be shut down if it wasn't officially WWE. This is legit.
WWE the only thing they sell is these 2 bottles.
Yeah, right now, and unless there's a plan to go into the wine business,
why not? Evidently, the Bellas convinced someone backstage. How much for the 2-bottle Legends packs, which is just 2 wines, 2 bottles of wine, 1 Ultimate Warrior, 1 The Undertaker. Luke Crabwalker says, I'm celebrating my 21st birthday this Sunday. Any good beer recommendations for someone who has never tried it? Thanks for the laughs. Jam that jam.
Carly.
Andy, no, be quiet.
No. Yeah, not for you.
Not.
No, I would say you don't want to go like you don't want to go into a craft ale like because you're not going to you're going to try it and not enjoy it and then you'll probably never try it again. So I mean, I'm kind of with Andy. I would just go for a simple lager, but you don't go for Carling because it's terrible.
I would say something that is like you could still have a nice beer for your first beer.
Yeah,
You know, there's still good, nice mild beers. Blue Moon, for example, is a mild beer, but it tastes nice as opposed to Carling, which tastes like a puddle. Ollie.
Get a Guinness and put 2 shots of Tia Maria in it.
Okay.
On a more serious note, I would say
you want to hit the ground running, and it tastes like a milkshake.
I hit the ground. A Guinness and 2 shots. They'll be asleep. That's a full dinner. Goodness me. Right. Luke, we'll start with you this time, friend. How much for the Legends pack of wine?
He's gone big. $99.99.
$9.99. Oliver Davis.
This smacks of a tax write-off venture, and $61.
$61, Andy.
Luke, we're on a even here thing here. $99.99.
And Matt.
Again, I don't know this website, but I'm hope I don't know. This is a shot in the dark. $59.99.
$59.99. We have not 1, not 3, but 2 correct answers. It's exactly $100.
Oh,
yes, Andy.
Sent off.
All right, so 5 for Luke, 5 for Andy. Very, very nice.
Each.
Very good.
It just makes sense. Limited edition.
Why not? Just round up. So this is a very special item now we have. This is a Balvenie 50-year-old. It's from their kind of marriage series that they've done, which is 50-year-old aged whiskey. It is how much for this one bottle of Balvenie 50-year-old from their 3rd batch in their marriage series?
Matt, I'm looking to get into whiskeys myself. If I was to buy a 49-year-old whiskey, how much do you think that might set me back?
What kind of mortgage do you got on your house?
It's quite a good one.
Do you have any equity in your home? Do you have a car you can sell?
I've got an original. Oh, okay.
Human316 says one could almost say that the Rumble was tengulous. That's a reference to my book, which I find really sweet. That's a reference to a short story in the book that I wrote, which you can buy if you check my pinned tweet on my Twitter feed. Thank you very much for buying my book. That's really sweet. Matt Hirsch says, with Luke and his final form, Matt, already here, all we need is Chopper Pete to make the full Pokemon evolution. Best of luck, everyone. I don't think Luke and Matt look too sorry, I got rid of the wrong person. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Bald and bearded.
Yeah, bald and bearded. Yeah. I think we've got it's almost similar in the face here as well.
Get Cesaro on here, get the Good Brothers on here. We'll just have a good bald bearded brother chat going on.
Awesome. That's a good circle to be part of. I'm happy to be part of that.
Right. So how much for this Balvenie 50-year-old batch 3? I think we'll come to Matt last. That seems like the good way to do this. Luke, have you written an answer down?
I have written an answer down, yeah, but I've written $129.99, and I think it's too low.
129.
I don't want to go too high.
No, that makes sense because obviously if you go over, then you're disqualified. Ollie, how much?
50 years is ages. $1,460.
$1,460. Andy.
Now, my dad's friend works for a whiskey company in Scotland, and he's told me of bottles that have gone for tens of thousands of dollars or pounds if you're British. So I've gone $30,000.
$30,000. And Matt.
So yeah, this is tough. I mean, once you start getting into those like high double digits in years, you can. The pricing kind of starts going exponentially up. I just sampled a 29-year-old Scotch on my show that was $2,000 at retail.
Wow.
That's not auction. That's from the website to your house or whatever. So this might be low. Like auction prices also then affect this stuff. So I'm going with 5,000.
5,000. Can confirm from the Whiskey Exchange, this will set you back $51,104 dues and 25 cents, according to the currency exchange.
But no, it's like how low I was.
It was like 35 British pounds, 35 grand.
35 pounds.
35,
to be fair, the Whiskey Exchange is one of the most notoriously overpriced shops on the planet.
Oh, I should have said that.
So no, that's okay. I'll tell them. I'm happy to say it to their face. I've been in their shop several times, but yeah, I don't know what the manufactured suggested retail price would be. But yeah, it's going to be up there. You start hitting like $100 and they just start moving up from 20 years to 25 to 30 or whatever, and it just shoots up like a straight line. And then a lot of these end up on auction. I think a Macallan, they had like a Macallan 75, one of the oldest like scotches ever like auctioned, was 6 figures for one bottle kind of thing. Whoa. Like I think multiple 6 figures sort of thing.
If you tasted that, would you go, wow, this tastes like it's 75 years old? Or would you go, this is nice?
Well, it's at that point you don't buy it to drink it. You just buy it to own it and hope that it accumulates in value, and then you sell it again.
And the funny thing is, it all depends on. There's so many stupid, and I'm not going to get too nerdy about it. There's so many factors, because a 50-year single malt from one distillery is crazy. But like, I had a 50-year-old blended Scotch that is like $200 for a half-size bottle, but it was still a 50-year blend. But because it's not as prestigious as a single malt, it's much, much, much more affordable. And I had that, and it was very nice. So it was very, very pleasant.
It was very nice.
Yeah, if you do that to bourbon, though, it sucks.
Goodness me. Okay, final of the 5 is this. How much for a 3-pack of Carmela's wine? And there I am, like perfectly placed.
Nice.
This is Carmela Chardonnay. Carmela, obviously of Italian heritage, founded a wine company, and this Chardonnay is ripe with bright notes of peach, nectarine, and pear, layered together over honeysuckle. The fruit and floral notes are balanced against a backdrop of subtle spice and creaminess that contribute to the complexity and medium body of this wine. How much for a 3? Oh, I can see what I've done now. I can see what I've done.
No, don't worry.
I can see what I've done.
Still, but you don't know the price of 3. There could be a multi-pack discount.
That's true.
Oh man, was there a
I didn't see it. I wasn't looking.
I didn't want to say it.
Don't put it back up.
I won't. I'm annoyed at myself. Right.
Your eyes were just next to us. Like, how has he not spotted that?
What can I do to fix this?
I'm so mesmerized by Adam's eyes that I didn't see the price.
Flirt. All right, so we're going to go. Actually, no, I'll do some super chats while you guys write down some answers. Charles Berg says, I may never get another opportunity to ask this question, but I'm pretty sure you've been around him, or at very least heard stories. So I'd like to know, how big is Batista's direct impact on modern day wrestlers? You're a swell guy. I cannot believe the Batista's dick meme is still going. Goodness me. And Zach Robinson says, it's QuizzleMania. I've got the giggles now. It's QuizzleMania Day once again. I hope everyone has a great time. Looking forward to seeing what madness unfolds. I also heard the scientists finally confirmed it. Ollie has an itsy bitsy, teeny weeny, yellow polka dotted peony. Hashtag for awesome. Hashtag PTP. Hashtag J.
About time you came through.
You guys have awesome chats.
We have
they're clever. They're cut with puns and these little jokes that everybody's in on. Oh my god, you got like the most clever fun.
Why don't I get the big dick meme? Why can't people make jokes about my massive penis?
Look,
never mind.
Get on Reddit. You got to be grassroots with these rumors, all right? Just start it going, and it'll eventually spread. I'm sure. Yeah.
Take a naked photo and just pixelate a lot longer down like your leg.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And he's done that before.
Yeah, you're right. We do have the highest browest banter on YouTube. Right, Carmela Chardonnay, slightly spoilt by my being dumb. But let's start with Andy. Then I guess the only person who actually saw the thing.
Well, quick maths would dictate that it's 65.97.
65.97. Ollie Davis.
Well, you see, I think there's a multi-pack saving offer, so it would make 66 quid, but I've gone for 49.99.
49.99. Luke.
Oh man, I went 74.99.
74.99. And Matt.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 20 a bottle, 59.99 for the triple pack.
God damn, you're all so close. You probably would have got it had I not been dumb and given it to Andy because it's exactly 65.97. No special deals. No special deals. You want 3, you pay for 3. That is 60.
That's embarrassing.
97 for a 3-pack of Carmela Chardonnay. The scores as they stand. In last place with 0 points, it's Matt. In third place with 5, it's Ollie. In second place with 10, it's Luke. But in first place with 15, your reigning defending champion, who proves he knows the most about wrestling.
Who doesn't drink alcohol.
It's Andy Datson. Right. Now, I would actually like to draw attention to a Ultra Chat that we've got, because Greg Cherry, not giving me enough credit, I actually had it written in my script to plug my appearance on the NoDQ.com trivia tournament. I'm in it. So is Louis Dangor. In fact, my episode airs tomorrow night on their YouTube channel. And Greg Cherry Brand has sent me a helpful reminder in form of an Ultra Chat saying, welcome to the show, Matt. Which moment in your career did you enjoy more? Your NXT tag title win or your first WrestleMania? Also, everyone check out Adam on the No DQ Wrestling Trivia Challenge tomorrow on the Greg Cherry Brand YouTube page. Have fun all. Matt, which was your favorite of those?
2 very different moments, but I think I'll always go back to that first takeover Brooklyn. Not just because there were so many, it was so many firsts all in one. Because I mean, it was the first time NXT was in an arena like that, and we sold it out. It was my first title match, and we won. And like, just to be, that was like that. That was the huge spark for the whole NXT thing. Like after that, it was just roller coaster ride. Like that was cresting down the hill sort of thing. So I'll always remember that day, I think, more fondly almost than any other, just because so many circumstances that put us there and seeing where we had come from kind of thing. Like I was in the FCW garage right at the end of it and everything. So I saw that to go to the Performance Center, to start touring, to start doing bigger shows, and then to be doing that live on the network and getting the same crowd that SummerSlam got, a sold out Barclays Center. That's something I'll never forget.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I went back and rewatched it actually, and just like, yeah, that blue pants pop at the beginning, right? And it just builds and builds all the way up to the pop at the end after the whirling dervish. It's genuinely like it's up there on a show of really big pops. It's like up there in like the top 3. So that's so cool.
Yeah, it was unreal.
Right, our next round is, of course, there was no way that the fans were not going to let me put this on the show. It is Name That Jam, seeing as we do have the most accomplished wrestling singer in history on the show, and also Matt is here. We have I refer to Andy, who has many times said that he has perfect pitch, and of course has done a beautiful cover of Kelly Kelly's Holla Holla. Actually, I do actually have a clip of. Just it brings me constant joy.
Yeah. Hi, Matt.
Brava.
So this is Name That Jam. So what I'm going to do is everyone gets to sing twice, and what I'm going to ask you to do. Oh yeah, no. So Name That Jam it's all about entrance themes, and it changes format every time I've done it. But the last one was so successful, and obviously we do have someone who's literally got a singing gimmick on the show that I thought I would bring it back out of retirement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask, when it's your turn, everyone else is going to close their eyes, and then I'm going to show you the theme song that you have to sing and a phrase, and that is the only phrase you're allowed to sing that entrance theme with. For example, if I give you The Rock's theme and peanut butter and jelly, you have to go peanut butter, jelly, peanut butter, jelly, peanut butter and jelly. So there you go. You have to do that. Basically, everyone has one guess, and you buzz in with your own name to guess. So, Luke, if you were to buzz in, you would say
Luke.
Very good. So if you buzz in and get it wrong, then you can't guess again. If no one guesses it correctly, then that's no points. Otherwise, if you do guess it, that is 3 points for the singer and 3 points for the person who guesses it right. Any questions before we begin?
I'm psyched.
Yes, you are.
Doomed.
We're gonna have some more of this.
I cracked one of mine. I lost the booze round. I can only go down from here.
Ollie, you're first at bat. So if everyone could please look away from the screen. Ollie, this is
Oh,
you.
we can do this voice style.
Nice. I will I will let you know when to open your eyes, folks, because you don't want to see what's on the screen. Okay, everyone can open their eyes and get ready to buzz in. Ollie, take it away. The floor is yours.
Notice me, senpai, 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 notice me, notice
Damn it!
Luke, I heard Luke first.
Yep.
Is that DX?
It is DX.
Yeah.
We all got it.
We got it right at the same time.
Yeah. It was that breakdown. I actually heard someone go, break it down, dude.
Awesome.
Do I get 5 points?
You get 3 points, and Luke gets 3 points.
Okay.
3 points to both of you. Right, Luke, you are next to bat.
Oh, lovely
If
stuff.
everyone else could please look away. Luke, this is for you.
Okay.
All right, everyone can look. Luke, when you are ready.
Ahoy, hoy. Ahoy, hoy, hoy, ahoy, hoy, ahoy, hoy, ahoy, hoy, hoy.
Andy. Ollie, that's AJ Lee.
That is AJ Lee.
What?
Light it up.
Light it up.
Wow.
That was AJ Lee.
Oh, God damn it. That was a terrible rendition.
What? I was like, Davis, I mean, I've nailed this. There's no way Davis isn't getting this one.
With the lyrics of Ahoy Hoy. Very, very, very good.
Good Lord.
Right, Matt, this is on you. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, everyone can look. Matt, the floor is yours.
Chunky, funky monkey, chunky chunk.
Ollie,
Monkey, funky.
I heard Ollie first.
Brock Lesnar.
Correct, that's Brock Lesnar too. Chunky, funky,
That beat.
monkey.
That beat.
It's
I
a
saw
shame 'cause I
someone
want you
go,
to carry on.
Oh. Andy, this is for you.
Right. Right. Okay, I was going to write down the thing.
Oh, you know it. All right, everyone can look.
No, I mean the actual phrase.
Oh, do you want another look?
No, that's cool. I got it.
Cool. All right, floor's yours.
Spay and neuter your pets. Spay and neuter your pets. Spay and neuter your pets. Is this right, Adam? I'm doing it correctly, aren't I?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Spay
Maybe.
and neuter your pets.
Spay and neuter your pets, and spay and neuter your pets.
Spay and
Luke,
Is it like Gangrel? Like the Brood?
Oh, it's the Brood.
Damn.
What?
Yeah. Right at the end. Yeah. I was trying to. Oh, it's been a hot minute. Great theme, by the way. Great entrance theme. What hands down?
I did this last time, and I remember this only every time I did it. I was like, I can only remember 3 seconds of this song, even though I actually know it really well.
Jim Johnston's genius.
Well, that was a lot of fun, folks. Good news is we're all going round it. You've all got one left. All right, so Ollie, step on up to the plate. This is for you. Everyone, please close your eyes. All right. Everyone can open their eyes now.
God, just hearing Ollie laugh.
It's a sound of dread.
Hostlin. Oh, I kind of lost that
already.
What was the word? Hostlin?
Don't talk. Just don't talk for a minute, please.
Give a man his craft, please.
Sorry.
Hostlin with Chris Eubank. Hostlin with Chris
Matt.
I think Goldberg.
It is not Goldberg.
Damn.
I'm afraid.
Can we still guess?
Yes, you, Luke, and Andy can still guess.
Oh my god, I can't do this one.
You've got it, Ori. You've got it.
Hostlin.
I'm doing that bit. I don't even know which part with the song you're doing.
Hostlin with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank.
This is like when you go and watch your kid at the school play. And
this isn't my guess. Do you know in Phoenix Nights when they're working in Aston, it's like corned beef. Come on and get your corned beef. It's like that what he's doing.
Ollie, what song are you singing?
The song you told me to sing.
Oh, you? It sounds nothing. You were singing Goldberg's theme. That's
what I thought.
Hostlin with Chris Eubank. See, I'm putting more riffs there.
I'm gonna step in and try and help you. Hustling with this is very hard.
It is hard.
I'm hustling with Chris Eubank. I'm hustling with Chris Eubank.
Eubank. Hustling with Chris Eubank.
Hustling with Chris Eubank.
Oh, Andy.
Luke.
Oh,
Andy.
That bit was Batista.
Was that it was
Batista.
Right, I'm sorry.
Hustling with Chris Eubank.
You're singing corned beef.
We're singing the same thing.
Goldberg. Go.
yes.
Totally different pitch. I'm surprised in you, Aiden. Matt. I thought you'd have a better ear for this stuff.
I thought a lot of things before coming on this show that have all been thrown out the damn window.
I walk for miles inside of danger.
Should we be Should we be getting help from the host? Because then that just gives the singer extra.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. You or Ollie aren't getting points.
I get 3 points. I get 3 points.
No, I don't want 3 points.
No points for you. No points for you.
Adam
Right.
could have literally gone, possibly with Chris Eubank.
Yeah, should have done that.
Right, Luke,
Excellent
your turn.
Partridge reference, though. Excellent Partridge reference.
Smell my cheese. Right.
Okay, hold on. Let me just think of the song.
Okay, everyone could look though.
Okay, cool. I've got this. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Millhouse.
With you, Chris Eubank.
Adam, that's pretty much spot on, right?
No, not at all.
What do you mean, no?
Did you learn to sing from the same place that Ollie did? Did you get the same online certificate?
Yeah, we did. It was a nice weekend.
Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Dude, that's it, basically. And then, okay, hang on. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. 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 Millhouse.
I know it.
Coming up, Millhouse.
Okay,
Everything is
Matt.
up, Millhouse.
Wait,
Matt.
no, wait, shoot. No, never mind. I lost it.
Millhouse. Thing is coming up, Millhouse.
I'm pretty sure this is a track on Kerrang Recharged, a compilation album I had as a 14-year-old boy.
Basically, it basically is, yeah.
Is it
So
Sid?
Chad Kroger.
Is Sid? It's not Chad Kroger. It's not Sid. Do you want one last try at points, Luke?
Yeah. I'll just do the. Everyone decided to get it from that thing. So okay. Okay.
Is there an action you can do
Everything
along with
is
it?
coming up, Millhouse.
House.
Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Everything is coming up. Everything is coming up, Millhouse. Everything is
Okay.
coming
Thank
up,
you. No points.
Your
No
neighbours
points.
must think you're insane.
so good though.
Everything is coming. Boom, everything is coming. Wow, 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 wow. It's Kane.
Doing? You were not doing that.
Oh, damn it. Yes.
Finger 11, Slow Chemical.
That's all
No.
Yeah, I recognize that.
Yeah.
Everything is coming up,
I still didn't get that.
Millhouse.
I still wouldn't have got that.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. You're right. I was killing it there. I was nailing that song. I hear that song so much because it's on my new Metals classic playlist because it's a banging tune.
Well, I feel a lot younger from that. Thank you.
My wife said
getting hard in here.
My wife said to me, "Don't be loud. If you're going to do the show,
We've just moved in around here.
I haven't got neighbours at the moment. That's fine."
Your name's right. Is that Slow Chemical with Simpson? Right though. It is Matt. It is your turn again. Everyone, please look away. This is for you, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we look?
Everyone can look.
Is miming allowed?
Ooh, I would say not in
No,
the initial.
probably, right?
No, let's go with no for a start.
Yeah.
And see if you can get
Okay.
it.
Plorp. Oh, plorp, 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 plorp.
Oh, Luke, there it is.
It's glorious.
Oh,
I
I
won't
will
give
give
in.
Very good. Very, very
We should
good.
have got that sooner, I think.
What was
Right.
the word?
Thorpe.
Plorp.
Plorp,
Thorpe.
plorp.
Thorpe. This is a very funny word. Right. All right, Andy, take us home. Take us
Is
home.
it Slow Chemical by? Oh, right, okay.
Everyone could look.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I feel like this is going to be quick if I can get it. 20 nugget share box, 20 nugget share box, 20 nugget share box.
Matt,
Matt,
Sasha Banks.
correct.
Oh,
There
Well
it is.
done, yeah.
Done.
I was hoping you were going to get to 20 nugget share.
Yeah, they get the Snoop Dogg.
It's a good round.
Awesome. That was a lot of fun. The scores as
man.
they stand. In last place with 9 is Matt, but he's gained considerable ground on Ollie who's
Yeah, I'm
got
on the board.
11. 9, and then Ollie's got 11. Then Luke's got 22, and Andy's got 24. So there's a little bit of a gap between second and third, but The neither position is decided, so we're going to move on to a classic round in QuizzleMania. Again, no trivia in this week's game. It's whose nips are these?
I hate that picture.
Welcome to QuizzleMania, Matt.
If you use mine, I will reach through the screen and slap you.
Oh, okay. That duly noted. Right.
Well, one of them says Matt's then.
You don't know that for sure. Right. So I have, I'm going to show you a wrestler's nipples, a cropped photo of wrestler's nipples, and you simply have to tell me which wrestler that is. If you get it right, that's 3 points. It's not a buzz-in round, so I'm going to put the picture on the screen. You write it down, and I'm going to go to everyone, get your answers. So there's 5 questions in this round, so potentially 15 points. Our first set of nips. Whose nips are these?
Really look at them, guys. Look at the just a touch of chest hair in the little in between the pecs. Just
That's
a
about
touch.
as much chest hair as I've ever been able to grow.
Eyes down, look in. Swirl it, obviously. You want your mouth open when you're looking at these nipples. Apparently, it's scientific. Roman's Golf Cart says, hot take, but Triple H versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 27 is the most underrated Mania match. Crap show, but they beat the piss out of each other. Also, please give us Tempest versus Sam Driver in a battle of the Japanese wrestling nerds. That would be a Lispy the Puppet says, tomorrow I turn 2 years clean and sober. Oh,
Hey.
well, apologies for this WrestleMania. Truly, but absolutely, like, well done. Truly, you guys have done a lot to help keep me clean through a tough second year. So thank you, all of you. Now take a mental health and addiction YouTube channel popular enough to get a QuizzleMania invite. Oh, now to make a mental health and addiction YouTube channel popular enough to get a QuizzleMania invite. Congratulations on your 2 years. That's fantastic. Well done, Lispy. And Soren Nord says, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It's QuizzleMania Day. Will Andy retain his title? Has Tempest gotten his tattoo? Will Luke keep his lady partner up all night? And is it Sid? Hashtag jam that jam. Hashtag FTF. Just a barrage of QuizzleMania in jokes for you there, Matt. So let's start with Luke and work our way round. Luke, whose nips were these?
I am not convinced by this answer, but I'm pretty sure they had a picture that was like this. I've gone for Gotch.
Simon Gotch. Ollie
I
Davis.
should have thought it would be themed that way. What I did is I crossed out Daniel Bryan and then I wrote Daniel Bryan underneath it. And neither of those are right.
Andy.
Yeah, because of the pose and because of our guest, I went for Simon Gotch.
Simon Gotch. And Matt?
I guess I tried to close the image of his nipples out of my mind because that sounds right now looking back at it. But I had initially guessed Bo Dallas.
Oh, interesting. These are indeed the nipples of Simon Gotch. Correct. Correct.
They could be bows though, in that white wrist tape phase.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
So that is 3 points to Luke, 3 points to Andy. Very well done. Next up, whose nips are these?
Oh,
I know those nips well.
Apparently, I've had a message from our mods. The chat wants you to explain jam that jam to Matt. Absolutely. So you've probably heard it in a few ultra chats. It's basically the catchphrase of the show is jam that jam, because way back when we did a QuizzleMania round about wrestling tattoos, and we showed the tattoo. You have to guess the wrestler, and one of the tattoos we showed was Hulk Hogan's "I am that I am." And Andy pointed out that looks very, very much like Jam That Jam. And so now Jam That Jam is, of course,
It does.
Jam That Jam. All right. Fantastic. So I will put those nips back on screen just in case anyone's not finished. I'm going to answer one more super chat and then we'll go. Start recording says, hey guys, not wrestling related, but I'm curious. If you had to move to and live in one country in every continent every year, which places would you pick to live? Ooh, mine are Greece, Japan, South Africa, USA, and Brazil. If you have to live in one country in every continent every year, I guess
weird question.
That is
phrased, yeah, weirdly. I mean, I would just rather live in. I'd love to live in Scotland. Like Edinburgh is such a beautiful city. I would love to live in certain parts of the US. Brazil is lovely. I've been. Where like is there like a city that anyone on our panel would really like to end up one day?
Cayman Islands for me, I think.
That's that. Yeah, well, that's fair.
Got some money you need to hide.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say.
Be closer to those offshore accounts.
Humble,
nice, isn't it?
Humble brag, but I've been to a lot. Like I've been very lucky growing up. I've been to a lot of countries. But
why are you hiding behind your?
I'm not sure whether I would. I'm not sure whether I would actually
traveling,
because I was born in Sweden and I've lived in Australia, and I've lived here. I just feel like I just stay. If something changes, if Ollie sends me to America, I'll go because I'd like there, like Luke said, like you said, certain parts of America. I would like to live in.
Andy, how dare you take the floor to basically just say, I'd stay here, I guess. It's a faff moving, isn't it? Like you drew so much focus to say nothing.
I'm going to bulldoze everyone else's points. I'm staying here.
Whoa. Andy is saying that the best life is the life we're living right now.
Yeah, at Rehwoldt.
That's nice. He's being grateful.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm still picking Vancouver.
That's such a good answer. Canada's lovely. Right. Whose nips are these? We'll go in reverse order this time. Matt, whose nips are those?
Are those mine?
Are they Matt's? Andy?
No, I don't think they are. I think they're Sami Zayn's nips.
Sami Zayn. Ollie
Oh, they could be Sammy's. I've also gone for Matt's.
Matt's and Luke?
He's my Intercontinental Champion.
Sami Zayn can confirm these are Sami Zayn.
Look at the hair. Look at that hair.
We do. We have a similar chest hair situation going on a lot of the time.
Oh, that's a good note. I'll make a note of that.
I can't believe I managed to fool our guest with his own nips. All right.
Red herring.
Whose nips are these?
Oh.
Whose nips are those? One named AJ says, "Hey Adam, is there any booking video you regret doing or regret not doing?" No, I can't say that I do really. I've regretted like stupid mistakes. Like I remember like what was it? The Invasion one. I had The Rock join forces with like the NWO when obviously like it should have been Triple H. Like that was such a dumb move. But like it's only like little silly moments in each one. There's no one I'd be just like, no, that was a huge pile of shit. Right. Whose nips are these? Luke, whose nips are those?
Sheamus.
Ollie Davis.
Looks like he's got 4 armpits. I've gone for Matt Riddle.
Andy.
It's a shameful thing.
Lobster head. Matt.
Bada bing, bada boom.
What?
Gonna bring every.
Boom. Yeah.
So pale.
I mean, the only guys like that on TV are me and him.
But you say that, but Ollie, didn't you once say like a Caucasian guy was Big E in this?
Triple H looked like a black man in that photo. It was the lighting.
Some of those Mania tans, I will give it to you. They are beyond sometimes.
Beyond the pale.
All right.
Nice.
Whose nips are these? Whose nips are those? John Z says, I met Matt in Manchester. He was leaving the hotel, getting on the coach with the other wrestlers. I asked him, would he sing? And he said, do you think I would sing for you for free? And then stared me down. Now I have paid an ultra chat. Will he sing? Amazing.
Yes. You have held on to it. You didn't let it go. I'm a big believer in holding grudges. So, absolutely. What was that? What was his name?
John Z.
John Z, you've done it. You've made it this far. It's your day. It's John Z Day. Thank you
Wonderful.
for paying for your super chat.
Yes, we very much appreciate that money going to us. That's much appreciated. Thank you so much, Matt, for doing that. That's really nice. Okay, whose nips are these? We'll go the other way around. Matt, whose nips are those?
Wait, I'm changing it right now. I had a different answer. I'm going Elias.
Elias. Okay. Andy, whose nips are those?
Matt.
You've gone with Matt.
Oh,
Ollie.
come on. I've gone for Cesaro.
Cesaro and Luke.
I've also gone for Matt.
I wish I was that jacked.
These are Oni Lorcan.
I was Cesaro at first too.
Man.
Yeah, I was Cesaro with you guys as well at first too, but then I don't know, something in the pecs made me think it was Elias.
It's always nice to have Pete on the stream, isn't it? There
Also,
it is.
Luke, could you just pull could you pull that face? And then could you flick between the two?
No. Can you put the picture of Annie Lorcan up?
Hey, we're having some fun. All right, so nil point all round for that one. Finally, whose nips are these? And Abella Danger says,
stop it. I already know this is for me.
Abella Danger says, oh, you've got an A-list special guest. Oh, well, Andy is still daddy, and he's bringing that win back home to me again.
Wait, whoa. Wait, who is this A-list special guest? I only know that I'm here. And if I'm your A-list special guest, this show needs a lot of work.
Yeah. Tell us. We're living this. We do this every fortnight, man. You're just here for tonight. Right. Andy, I assume that was a lovely in-joke for yourself.
Yes.
Excellent.
Was
So...
Was it your girlfriend that sent that in?
No, my girlfriend is not called Abella Danger. Abella Danger is a porn star.
Oh, right. I see. I thought it was a username. No.
Family show. Whose nips are these? Right. So let's go with Luke to start with. Whose nips were those?
I'll go for Matt's again.
For Matt, Ollie,
Matt,
Andy,
Matt.
and for Matt and Matt. We are indeed the nipples of one.
Slap
man.
him.
Right. I will take.
So fun. Put that picture back up.
Certainly.
So like it's in this way. It's not the nipple that it is a little bit because I do have this weird thing. I have a hairy chest, but the hair doesn't grow on my nipples. It's weird. This is getting real personal.
It really is.
But also the giveaway for me and a little fun fact inside story. If you're looking at the screen, it's on the right, but it's my left. The pec is shaped differently.
Oh, yeah.
If you know, because that pec is partially torn. And it has been since fall of 2015, and it still is.
Oh,
Wow.
I just thought it was like kind of the hair had grown or like a shadow or something like that.
Nope, even when I fly, the other one, it's pulled up all the way to my shoulder joint here. It's connected all the way. That one is like, there's a huge divot right there because it's not connected all the way.
Oh, man. When did that happen?
So I remember it was right after me and Simon had won the tag titles in NXT. We were at a house. I remember this so specifically, Lakeland, Florida. It was a little Coco show. And it was me and Simon and somebody versus like Revival and Baron Corbin. And I remember we were going into like the go home sequence. Baron Corbin gives me deep six. And so you almost go up like for a belly to back and you spin around. But for whatever reason, when I fed up for it, this shoulder jerked back and I felt it go down my arm. I thought I tore my bicep. And I hit the ground, and it's like a shot. It was like a warm, like Triple H talks about, like a warm bat just like nailed me in the arm. And I'm like, okay, we're going home. I literally I got tagged in Simon or something like that. Boom, boom, boom. I did the little swanton finish, 1, 2, 3, and went to the back. I was like, I think I tore my bicep. It was all black and blue from my chest down to my bicep. Waited for the swelling to go down, and yeah, they kept me off shows for like 2-3 weeks. And they never, I'm not trying to cash shade, but they never sent me for an MRI or anything. They were just like, take a day off and like come in and see us and we'll kind of evaluate it. It didn't feel painful to the touch really. Like it hurt to extend for a couple days, but yeah, they never sent me for an MRI. And like, so I kind of just rested and it kind of started to come back. And I was being the young, stupid idiot and wanted to keep wrestling and not be off TV and stuff. So I was like, if I can, all right, I can do this again, which means I can take a bump and I'm okay. And so it healed to the point where I had full range of motion and like, I can push stuff over my head, but like, I can't do push-ups anymore. I can't do bench press. I mean, I can, but like this, like I'm trying to get in the camera. This will happen. This side will just stop.
Oh wow!
So way sooner than the other side. So I just lived with it, and I never got it fixed, and I probably should at some point. But I'm perfectly comfortable. Like there's no pain or anything, but it's just a kind of a crazy little story.
Oh, crazy. Oh, well,
Wow.
thanks so much for sharing that with us. Right, that is the end of that round. The scores then, before we move into our final round, are as follows. In last place with 11, it's Ollie.
What?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Yes, I'm not at the end.
It happened when you got none of the answers right, pal.
Ollie, you never
Goddamn
ever
nips.
get any nips.
I got Matt's nips.
Yeah.
I was all
hang on.
over Matt's nips.
Everyone
Oh,
got
do we have
Matt's
to
nips.
up?
Sorry, you're quite
Flag
right.
on the play?
I haven't added the 3 that everyone got. So sorry, you have got 14 points. Matt has got 15 points. Luke has got 34, and Andy has 36. Ooh. Squeaky bum time. All right. So just before we move into our final round, I am going to pop one more time over to our sponsor, which is Surfshark. Do check the link, by the way, at the top of the description. There you can find a great deal on a great VPN. And I'm just going to play as our very special message from our sponsor one more time. The point of silly QuizzleMania and its silly, silly content is to be a distraction from the world. Ooh, world, you scary. If your response to the world being a stupid place full of awful people is to barricade yourself on your sofa, you've made the smart play. While avoiding the world at large, it seems only fair you get to access the excellent streaming services of the world at large. For that, Surfshark has got you covered. Are you in the UK and want to watch all the Warner Brothers films that will be coming to HBO Max this year? Maybe you're in the US and want to catch all a Peep Show using UK Netflix. It's great, you should, by the way. Maybe you want to check out iPlayer, Hulu, Global Entertainment, and sports, and much, much more, all from the same sofa. Then use Surfshark. It has over 1,800 servers in over 60 countries, and when you sign up, you can use it on an unlimited number of devices at the same time. It works on Mac, PC, Xbox, PS4, mobile, smart TV, any device you can think of. Get Surfshark VPN at surfshark.deals/jamnatjam. Enter promo code jamnatjam for 83% off and 3 months for free. Make sure you use that link and code so Surfshark knows that QuizzleMania sent you. Again, that's surfshark.deals/jamnatjam. Enter promo code jamnatjam for 83% off and 3 months for free. Huzzah. All right, so we're entering into our final round, which is, because I haven't embarrassed our guests enough, is the one, the only. It is the artist defective.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
By the way, you do know I was on national television dressed as a snowman and then dropped into pies. Do you really think you could embarrass me if you tried?
Oh, that sounds like a challenge.
I had Eugene pants me at an FCW show back in the early days for a Christmas show while I was wearing a Santa hat. He pantsed me in front of an audience.
Magic.
If you think you can embarrass me,
Adam, I hope you don't suggest that any of us have done anything embarrassing on the internet.
Andy, you would never. Set me up for it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What you were doing. Right, okay. So this is the artist defective. So it's Pictionary, basically. I'm going to give you a wrestler to draw, a wrestler or a tag team to draw, or maybe even a wrestling event or a stable, something wrestling, basically, to draw. You've got 30 seconds to draw it, during which I'll read some ultra chats. Here's the catch, though. You have to draw with the pen in your mouth. So you've got 30 seconds to draw with the pen in your mouth. At that point, very similar to Name That Jam, it's going to be a case of people buzzing in to guess. If you guess wrong, then you're out. If you get it right, then you each get 3 points. Simple as that. That's how it works. So artist defective, and we are going to start.
Sorry, who's with who?
What's that? Well, what
Are we doing teams?
No, I've decided to just have it be a grab bag. You've got your buzzers primed and ready to go.
Okay.
We're going to do it just like Name That Jam. So someone's going to step up. Everyone's going to close their eyes. I'm going to give them the thing to draw. 30 seconds on the clock. And then we will see it. So we're going to do it in the same order as last time. So Ollie, this is for you to draw first.
God.
Could everyone please close their eyes? All right, your time. Careful. Hang on. hang on. Your time. Everyone can look, by the way. Your time starts now. Just going to head over to some super chats. Start recording says, who do you guys think will beat Lashley and Big E for their titles? Hopefully for Lashley, it's Keith Lee, and hopefully for Big E, it's either Aleister Black or Chad Gable. Also, Paul Burchill will win the 24/7 title at Mania. I mean, I really, really want to see Lashley versus Big E, so I kind of want to see them keep it till Survivor Series, to be honest. 10 seconds, Ollie. And El Chubbo FTW says, love you guys and Matt. Missed opportunity that they didn't do anything with Rusev Day. Oh, well, at least you guys are the longest reigning tag champs in my universe mode, because I don't play 2K20 because it sucks. Ollie, stop drawing, please. All right, your must be. So remember, buzz in with your name to guess. An incorrect guess will mean you can't guess again, Ollie.
Matt. Me.
It's not you.
Whoa.
Luke.
Is it Shinsuke Nakamura?
No.
Oh, I thought it was a violin.
I feel okay. Andy, do you have a guess?
No, Finn Balor.
Okay, so no one's guessed correctly. So I am kind of tempted to just throw maybe 1 or 2 points at Matt, because the prompt was the Vaudevillains. He's the dude on your Tron. I'm assuming is who he is.
Yeah.
Ryan Katz.
But also, yeah, it does look a lot like Matt. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna give 1 point to Ollie and 1 point to Matt, because you at least got. I mean, yeah. One of them was.
Yeah, I could tell it was somebody. And to be fair, you could tell it was somebody singing in a spotlight by drawing with your mouth, and that deserves at least something. So bravo to you.
Exactly. Right, Luke, this is for you.
Sweet.
Oh,
right now.
All right, you've got 30 seconds. Everyone can look. 30 seconds starting now. D'Artagnan has given us $50. Thank you so much, D'Artagnan. Says, happy QuizzleMania all. Looking forward to watching after work tonight and to see Matt win it all in the wake of his awesomeness. Good luck to everyone not named Mr. Davis. Yorkshire Alex says, commentary in concerned voices. I hope Orton's okay. He's clearly out of the match. Cue an hour-long wait for Oh My God from out of nowhere, but he was injured. I wish they'd been all that he thinks it's over, but there's still one more guy left. Spots. And Zach Robertson says, hey, Matt, question for you, good sir. And Luke, stop drawing. Stop drawing. Thank you. Matt, question for you, good sir. I remember. Ooh, okay. I remember a Simon Gotch interview where he voiced his displeasure at working with Enzo. And he said Enzo lied about not knowing how to do an inside-out bump. Just wondering how your experience was working with Enzo. So obviously, we're not looking for you to talk shade about anyone. If you don't want to, no problem.
No, that it's. I mean, I could just throw up the number one YouTube search result when you look up either one of their names. It's a meme in and of itself now. No, I mean that was the one we had a lot of really good matches with them somehow, some way, because Simon, he said it his own words. He didn't like working with Enzo. Enzo was kind of the antithesis of everything Seth likes about wrestling. You know, wrestlers and people who are kind of embedded in the knowledge and the history of it all. And Enzo, he's a wrestling fan, but he's all showman, right? And he knows that too. So those two were very different, but so it was always kind of a thing of the Enzo and Cass wanting to work with me, and how do we work around it? And just let's put in Simon where we need to be. And so Enzo didn't have to work with Simon. I thought Enzo was fine. Anybody is fine if you know how to work with them. If you know someone's not gonna do this well, you don't do that with them. I mean, if they're gonna take an inside out bump, that's on them. I'm doing the clothesline. I go like that. Whatever you do as a result of that is on you. There are people who try to backflip and try to do all this stuff. That's for things like that. That ain't on the guy giving it. If you want to try to take a silly bump, it's on you. What happens to you?
Fair enough. Okay, so Luke, I'd almost forgotten that we have a masterpiece waiting for us. Yeah. Here we go.
And obviously, that was a wonderful story that was told by Matt there. And I'm about to bring down this stream with this terrible drawing.
Ollie.
Ollie.
Now, I'm going to say
you just buzz in to just stop anyone else?
Yeah, no, because
Really
I've had a sudden change of thought, and I'm going to go with Kevin Owens getting hit with the golf buggy at Royal Rumble by Roman Reigns.
Incorrect. Andy?
Well, it's a centaur and a car. So I'm going to go with who goes in a car? JBL.
Incorrect. Matt, if you have a guess, it's on you.
I see the car that everybody sees. Somebody maybe getting hit by it. So I mean, there's a long history of that in wrestling. I'll go with the Stone Cold Steve Austin getting hit by the car.
Also incorrect. Luke, talk us through it.
What?
Okay, so like it's Eddie Guerrero in his lowrider, right? It's the hydraulics of the lowrider that's pushing it up. Right?
Is he standing up in it, giving it?
He's standing up on it, doing the Eddie Guerrero thing. Like,
oh yeah. Oh, now I can see that. Yeah,
he does look like both a centaur and he's being absolutely covered.
And I did think when I finished it, I was like, oh my god, this looks like Steve Austin getting hit by Rikishi.
yeah.
Sure did. No points for anyone. That's absolutely fair enough. All right, Matt, this is on you.
God, it's bad enough in this, let alone. Okay.
All right, no one look. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, you got 30 seconds starting now. So Reese Johnson says, good evening, everyone. Think it's got to be asked, what's the juiciest backstage thing that Matt encountered at WWE? Also, Ollie's lab results are back. Unfortunately, they've confirmed you do have a tiny peen. Have a good show, everyone.
Are you proud of yourself, Adam? Are you proud of yourself for starting that gimmick?
I didn't mean to. I really didn't. Like, for awesome, I'm proud of, but no, I'm not.
Ollie started it.
And stop drawing, please, Matt. Thank you so much. That's your 30 seconds.
You probably have to do another one, Matt. You might want to get that.
Forget it in a minute.
Yeah. So, Matt, you've been asked what's the juiciest backstage thing that you encountered at WWE. It's a pretty broad question.
Yeah, and it's kind of like. It's my least favorite one simply because I don't really have a good answer. And like, it's kind of good. I wasn't really subject to anything like crazy dramatic, which to me, like, I know sounds boring, but like, I'm like, thank God, kind of in a way. Like the stories are cool later on, but when you're living through them, they suck. And it is broad. I don't know. I really don't have anything crazy. I guess the one thing that was kind of cool, I remember, I believe it was the SummerSlam after me and Simon won the title. So that was 2015. And if somebody in the chat corrects me, and it was when Orton faced Brock. And I remember he busted him open pretty early in the match. I was in Gorilla because Kevin Owens used to always watch the pay-per-views in Gorilla kind of across the room. I don't know. He liked being up there to watch him. So I was hanging out with him and we were watching the main event of the show. And Jericho was in there. And like, you never know how much of this is put on, but nobody was filming anything. Nobody was recording. So I have to imagine it was kind of real, but Jericho was pissed. When he saw Brock cut Randy, he started like, he wasn't yelling or anything too much, but he kind of started pacing like, what the God, like kind of shaking his fist at the screen. And then after when Brock came back, he kind of got in his face and was like, it's a freaking work. Not saying frickin', but you know, it's a bloody work and all this stuff. Like, and kind of getting each other. And Brock, I remember Brock, I think, gave him the kissy face, like come on, like throw a punch or something like that. And Hunter and a couple people had to pull him apart. Like, it didn't get like overly physical, but there was a lot of that jockeying back and forth, and we were kind of hustled out of Gorilla. So, as far as like juicy little tidbits, that's all I can really think of off the top of my head.
No, fair enough. Well, you have one more juicy tidbit for us, which is your sensational drawing.
They don't call me the artiste for nothing. It's not just the voice, you guys. I have to tell you. So I've got this little nugget for you. I don't know if that will do anything for anybody, but there has it. The world's next masterpiece.
Okay. the sound of appreciation.
We might as well have a guess.
Luke. Okay, so here is my thought process on this.
Yeah, say what you see.
This is a tag. I'm going to guess this is a someone who is famous for ladder matches And if I'm thinking like who is the most famous for ladder matches, it's Matthew and Jeffrey, the Hardy Boys.
Is the correct answer.
Yes.
Oh god, I thought you were going to say Edge and Christian. I was scared there for a second.
No, they're the chairs. They were the
Yes.
chairs side of things.
Yes.
I think Luke's taken the lead.
Oh no!
All right. It was indeed the Hardy Boys. 2 guys, 1 ladder. Makes sense to me. All right. Andy, this is on you. Everyone else, please look away.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
All right. Everyone can look. 30 seconds on the clock starting now. The amazing
In our team meeting today, we discussed the idea of having a swear jar on live streams. Andy,
do not interrupt an artist at work. The amazing Cliff says, have an awesome show all. Matt, could you sing Luke? Yes, please. And also, what was the strangest moment in your WWE tenure? Should explain. Luke's catchphrase on the channel is gimme a yes, please, because he's the polite Stone Cold Steve Austin. And stop drawing, please, Andy.
God,
Oh, yes, please.
Perfect. And Andy, I can't wait a moment longer. Show me.
I was knocked out by the permanent marker smell.
Is that
Ollie. Randy Orton's berm face mask
is incorrect.
I mean, I don't think it's Vision.
I was going to say Vision.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does look like Vision.
So happy.
Look at the
show. Yeah. I feel like this was difficult.
I feel like you gave it a good go. I feel like, oh yeah, sure, why not? Do we have a guess from?
I didn't have time to do any shading.
Is it a self-portrait?
You do have that light bulb head, Luke. What can you see?
Luke, is it like it's kind of like Vader's mask? Is it Vader?
It is not Vader. Matt, do you want to take a stab in the dark to try and rescue some points?
I'll try. It's a goatee on the chin. It looks like and a very sharp, like widow's peak on the hairline. I'm trying to think of who fits that. I
don't think you're gonna get it.
No, I don't think I'm gonna get it either.
That description.
Okay.
I mean, come on, look, there you go.
Got it now. Hell. Yeah, no, I'm at an absolute loss.
All right, Andy, talk us through it.
It's gold dust.
It was paint. It was face paint.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd had more time, I would have coloured those bits in.
Yeah,
decent enough. All right, we're going to do what we're going to go around one more time. Everyone's going to get to draw one more go, and then that will be the end of the quiz. Yes, Ollie.
How many points between me and Matt?
All right, here's the points as they stand. Ollie, you have 15. Matt, you have 19. Andy, you have 36. Luke, you have 37. You love to see.
Wow.
Wait, is there a way? I'm trying to figure out if there's a way we can tie. I don't think there is. I think one of us has to win this now.
I think so. I hope so. That would be nice. All right, so we're going to do it one more time. It all rests on these. It's a race for first, a race for last. Ollie, step up to the plate. Everyone, please close your eyes. Ollie, you got 30 seconds to draw this. All right, your 30 seconds starts now. Everyone can look. Revenant says, if Mr. Davis ever walks into an animal shelter, do you think he'll wonder to himself, how many hounds are there? That's another QuizzleMania in joke there. We've been going for 27 shows. They stack up. Tan City says, I spent the last 10 days in quarantine and spending the whole time binge watching everything in the Wrestle Talk channel family. Thanks for helping get through the boredom. Jam that jam. Thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it. Harrison Earl says, hi, Matt. Quick question. 3, 2, 1. Stop drawing, please, Ollie. Hi, Matt. Quick question. When you were tagging with him, Flipping heck. Was Simon Gotch always so incessant with burying Enzo Amore, or is it just specific to my YouTube recommended page?
Little column A, little column B, right? A lot of it has come up since then because of that, all that nonsense. But yeah, I said before, they didn't get along. No, it was not an incessant thing, but as I said before, not his favorite opponent or person to work with.
Sure. All right. Ollie, let's see. Can't wait for this.
It's Daffy Duck, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you know, like at the start of every Batman movie where someone does a sketch, be like, who was the guy that attacked you?
I am getting strong Howard the Duck vibes. You are right.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to hazard?
It looks like a baseball cap. Is it John Cena's baseball? Andy, is it John Cena's baseball cap?
Not John Cena or his baseball cap. Luke or Matt, do you want to hazard?
Trying to figure out if it's a thumbs up or a nose.
New catchphrase.
Little of column A, little of column B.
On B.
I'm gonna go Luke.
Luke, go on.
I'm gonna buzz in. I mean, 'cause I think that what he's drawing is a mask, and I think it is like an open face mask at the bottom. Is it Reg Mysterio?
Fucking hell, it is Ray.
Whoa! I
no.
thought it was a mask. Yeah, wow.
Oh no.
Bottom. Open at the bottom.
Uncanny.
Touche.
I can't believe that got points.
My only regret is that he isn't happier.
Well, why would he? He's got a thumbs
Has
up.
he got a
instead of
giant
nose.
fat neck, or is that his chin?
That's his chin. And he's drawn a
That's
his mouth.
Right. Okay.
Oh my
It's easy when you
goodness.
know.
What have we done? All right. So, Luke, this is on you.
Yes,
Everyone else, please look away.
Oh, I spat the pen out.
Everyone, everyone.
Sorry, can I vote one more time, please?
Yeah, of course you can. Oh, don't look, please. Don't look, please.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay.
So you've got 30 seconds on the clock. Everyone can look. Mr. Owen says, OAN told me Mr. Davis got screwed by El Fakador's voter fraud. Sounds legit. Dan God of Thunder says, Adam, Monkey Shoulder is an amazing scotch and one of the ones I point new drinkers towards. Matt, hello from Twitter. You might recognize the name. What whiskey do you have for QuizzleMania?
I guess it's earlier in here. I haven't started. Right after this, I actually have to get set for. I'm doing a live whiskey on my YouTube channel thing at 6 p.m. Central here in the States. So if you're still up over there in the UK or wherever you are, join me over at Wrestling with Whiskey about an hour after we finish here. But yeah, we're picking our own barrel of bourbon tonight on the show.
No way. Your own barrel is in what stuff that you guys have made, or what?
No, so it's. I'll try not to get down the rabbit hole with it, but there's a thing you can do called single barrel selection. Stores do them, restaurants do them. Whereas instead of like the regular bottle on the shelf is usually made up of a batch of thousands of barrels or whatever, but individual barrels can all taste very different, even if they're in the same warehouse and stuff like that. So stores can go like, hey, I'm going to get Jim Beam bourbon, but I get my own barrel of it. They put it on the label, hand selected by Joe's Liquors or whatever. So I have a club on Patreon, patreon.com/wrestling with whiskey, that we've partnered with a store here in Illinois that ships to most of the US. And they buy the barrel, but they let us pick it out and we get like exclusive access to it and everything like that. But we're tasting through 4 different samples straight out of a barrel. And we're going to pick the best one. And then in a few months' time, the bottles will be delivered to that store and our members will be able to buy it.
Hell, that sounds like a pretty fun day at the office, doesn't it?
A little bit.
Awesome. Luke, speaking of fun, what have you drawn for us?
Oh, it's fun.
That is fun.
Isn't it fun? Adam, tell me I've nailed this.
Ain't it fun? Yes, it's delightful. I mean, no, you haven't, because you've missed. Never mind, I won't say. But do we have any bidders on this monstrosity?
What wrestler has hammers for hands?
Well, undefeated wrestlers, probably.
Triple H.
Hey, there it is.
Ooh.
Wearing a bin liner?
I'm trying to.
Hey.
See, the thing is, I think I know which wrestler I would guess from this drawing. And
Right.
It's not that wrestler. That's a little hint for you.
It's like, I'm trying to go between two.
I guarantee you, Matt, neither's right.
It's an almost certainty that there's no point here. But Hail Marys can happen. Does anyone want to try for that?
Ollie, just to get things going. Greg the Hammer Valentine.
No, but excellent shot. Anyone else like to make a guess?
Matt, I'll a shot in the dark just because it looks like he's doing the pose a little bit. I'll say AJ Styles.
Oh no, it is not AJ Styles.
Okay, I figured.
Right. I will go with Mentor.
You know what? You are closer than you would ever dare dream. Because that is Giant Gonzalez.
No.
The hairy chest, man. That's the big hair thing.
I originally thought it was Kane, and then Adam said no, it's probably not he, because it looks like the vest that he used to wear.
I can't believe that no one went for Jericho. Because I thought that's what I thought he was doing.
Weird thing. I thought it was a very specific choice. They're like a square body, and I'm like, he's trying to say something. It's a message. And so I thought it was Sheamus because he looks like white bread, and so like a square piece of bread going like this. And then I didn't think that.
Oh, Matt, you give me far too much credit. It's because I can't draw. That's why it's square.
I feel you.
Art criticism at its finest. All right, we have 2 left to go. Matt, this is your turn. Everyone else, please close your eyes. Matt, please draw us this.
Okay.
All right, so everyone has 30 seconds on the clock. Go for it. Everyone can look. Bazong Gazar says roses are red. Adam has pink walls. It's purple. Ollie Davis has a tattoo of Undertaker's balls on his balls. Thank you for the great content you make. List idea, Adam. Top 10 best squash matches, JTJ. That is a really good idea for a list, actually. Nate S says, whoa, Matt has a whiskey channel. Subscribing now. Wrestling with whiskey. Would it be too much to ask for the Drama King to properly sing How Many Rounds Are There? Considering the man has a pen in his mouth, I don't think we'll ask him to sing that, but thank you so much. Please stop drawing. Matt and Zachary McKinley says, hey guys, I hope you're all having a lovely 2021 so far. My question is, what wrestlers are the best sorta good crazy? The ones you could listen to rant and rave all day long. I guess who gives the best crazy promo? My favorite crazy promo is actually not from a guy who is known for being crazy, but CM Punk's promo the night after he lost to The Rock. I love that promo. He just comes in, just kicks the bottom rope, and he says, I was screwed. I did not lose. I did not. I don't know why, just like that. It's very well done, unhinged. But if anyone else has it.
I think you meant crazy style shoot interviews, in which case I used to listen to a lot of Honky Tonk Man shoot interviews back in the day where he's basically
Honky's
load him up on alcohol. Yeah, Honky will just go. He will just tell stories, just bury everyone in his path.
I would say on TV, in character. I mean, when you get sweaty, jacked up Ric Flair, his TNA Ric Flair, just dropping elbows and yelling at people and everything like that. That's pretty good. Off screen, shoot interview style. I don't know. Cornette can get the wheels turning pretty good too.
Yeah, he's got that momentum for sure. Matt, what have you drawn for us?
I felt okay about the last one. I don't know how I feel about this one, but feast your eyes.
Okay.
Oh, Andy.
Ollie.
Andy? I heard Andy first.
I think that looks like a kind of, I'm going to hope a leather mask. Is it Mankind?
It is Mankind.
Oh, thank God! Yes,
Well done.
Had the sock as well.
that was I knew I
I
wasn't
got
gonna
it
be able
from
to
like
get
the
an
pesky mask where he's got the eye and.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is
man.
very
Adam,
well played. Hello.
is there 1 point between Luke and I on that's the last round?
Yes.
The last one.
Okay, well, this is the last question of the last round, so I will say the current scores. 18 for Ollie, 22 for Matt. So Ollie, I
You
don't
can't.
think you can bring
I
it
can
back.
still
mate.
win. I can still win.
Luke is on 40. Andy's on 39.
So Luke, if you get this, then you've won. But if anyone else gets it, I've won.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
correct.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Luke has to get
I
this.
hear you.
Andy, you are drawing. Everyone, please look away for the very, very tense grand finale of QuizzleMania 27, the greatest QuizzleMania of all time. You've got to draw that. All right, your 30 seconds start now. Zachary B, everyone can look. Zachary B 1013 says, don't want to be a shill, but thanks to Surfshark VPN, use promo code JamThatJam. I can watch The Office through UK Netflix, even though I can't watch it on US Netflix. Hashtag not sponsored, hashtag JamThatJam. Appreciate that. On K says, good luck and welcome, Matt, to QuizzleMania. And have any of the Wrestle Talk team seen my tribute tattoo for Brody Lee? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. And Monkey Shoulder is one of my favorite whiskeys. Awesome. On K says, Mel Angel 666 and stop drawing, please, Andy. Stop drawing, please. Mel Angel 666 says no Queen, no SRS, no Tempest. Team Luke. And Jorge Martinez says, can we please have a singing duet between Matt and Andy? Pretty, please. If you take requests, I need it to be For the Longest Time. Billy Joel for the win. Much love.
I don't know that song, I'm
Happy with
afraid.
this
Really.
stream, regardless. I'm afraid we are way too deep in the danger zone right now. We have a very important drawing to see. Andy, Luke, it all rests on this.
Oh, I need this. Go on, Dazn, don't let me down.
Ollie, I was just trying to do it to screw Luke. Ric Flair retiring.
Oh man, I don't know how to take this because the answer is Ric Flair.
I mean, I think that's right. Like, he got the answer.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't.
yeah.
Do you see that, Luke? Do you see that?
That was going to be my guess.
All right. That's 3 points to Ollie. That's 3 points to Andy.
No, I don't want to.
The final
the
scores
comments.
are as follows. Wait. Do we have a dog? Do we have a dog in the stream?
She has insisted upon jumping onto my lap and being a part of the show.
As if this
Although
could
we're
get any
waiting.
better.
What's her
Wait,
name?
but Louis told us that dogs can't see screens.
Oh no.
It does appear that way. She never, ever looks at it. Her name is Willett. She's actually named after a bourbon. Here, my wife somehow let that happen, and she's sweet and doesn't listen to me when I call her. But she likes to show up when I've been in here for a long time. And yeah, hi.
Oh.
Hi.
All right, Willett. These final scores are for you. Okay, so Willett. In last place is Ollie with 21.
I don't care because I'm a winner because Luke didn't win.
So 21 for Ollie. In third place with 22, it's Matt, coming in a very respectable third place on his first QuizzleMania.
Yes.
In second place with 40, it's Luke Owen. In first place with 42, it's Andy. And Ollie did it to you, Luke. Ollie did it to you.
No,
Wow.
Adam, I did it to myself.
Yeah, Luke screwed Luke.
Yeah.
Magic. Okay, those are the final scores. That is the end of the quiz portion. So we've got Matt for about 15 more minutes. Matt has to go on the hour. So we're just going to speed through some ultra chats. What I'm going to do,
Please.
doggo in. But what I am going to do instead is I'm going to put up Matt's details. Going to put Matt's details. Please do go and follow our wonderful guest on Twitter, and of course subscribe to Wrestling with Whiskey. Details are all in the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rush through and I'm going to find ones specific for Matt, so no one feels like they've lost a message. And if anything that's just to us, I will save that for later. British Hedgehog says, "Does Matt know Simon Gotch's opinions on Enzo Amore?" Amazing. Stuff like that. Twisted Minds saying, no, I'll save that for later. Chance the Closer says, "Shout out to my former stage combat classmate Matt. Shout out Columbia College, Chicago."
Yeah, I think I know that name. Chance. Yeah. I remember we took acting and theater together in Chicago here. What up, Chance?
Close the show, jam that jam, whiskey that whiskey, chance that chance. What did, if you don't mind me asking, what did you specialize? Because I went to drama school myself, and I did like some levels of stage combat. Are there any particular weapons you kind of specialized in?
So I ended up getting certified, and I think special because I ended up being a teaching assistant. I ended up being a TA for the combat department at my theater school.
Oh, wow.
So I had done unarmed, rapier and dagger, sword and shield, quarterstaff, small sword, and knife fighting, and maybe like trick swords a little bit of like throw it behind, catch it behind your back sort of stuff.
Holy moly. Amazing that you then went on to go to some sort of form of combat theater.
That sounds like my D&D character.
Way. I only specialized in one thing. Is the quarterstaff the one that's basically Donatello's thing?
Yeah, I think it's like a 6-foot wooden pole.
Yeah, that's the only one I got my certificate in. I apparently I took a very good shot to the face. Moxley's Fringe saying, "I hope to get this in before it gets spammed with it, but can I get an it's Rehwoldt day from those amazing pipes? Great to see him on the show." It's true, you sung it about everyone else.
Really right. May as well say it about myself, right? Yeah, I guess. Sure. It's Rehwoldt day.
Magic. Oh, and the mods have been so kind, just highlighting all the great questions for Matt. So Steve Atkins says, "If Matt would be so kind, could he give his opinion on, time depending, Craigelaki?
Oh, I know that. I know what he's talking about. I have a trouble pronouncing that one too. Like, I'm still learning my Scotch names. I've never had it.
He's asked his opinion on that one. Bunnahabhain,
yep.
And Ardbeg.
So yeah, the other two I'm more familiar with. Yeah, I've not had Crakalaki, I'm gonna call it. I know the one he's talking about. So Bunnahabhain, I really like their stuff. Their standard 12-year that's like on the shelf, like it's over here for $50 every liquor store you go to. Like it's very, very standard. But I had it in a blind tasting one time. It's awesome. It's finished in sherry barrels. It's so good. And I'm still not a gigantic Scotch drinker, but that one I love. And it should be, don't listen to me, liquor companies, but that one should be priced higher. And then Ardbeg is an acquired taste. That's what we were drinking earlier. It is very, very, they are very highly peated. But if you're looking for something different, or if you're already into like Macallan's and Glenmorangies and stuff that, your softer, sweeter scotches, and you want to try something different, it's very smoky. It's very earthy. It's almost briny. That's like the saltiness almost to it. It's very strong, but it is, if you're into that, people who like it love it.
Awesome. Steve Atkin also went on to say, also fun fact, once convinced someone peated whiskey is made with the same water they make smoked salmon with, and that's how you get
Not far off.
Tyler Woodward says, "Hey guys, Mr. Davis, question for Matt. What has been your favorite match you've been a part of? Your tag run with Simon Gotch in NXT is a personal highlight of mine. And hey, Mr. Davis, are you drinking boring tea like the Lashley Riddle feud is JTJ? Your favorite match, sir?"
So we covered it kind of earlier. That NXT tag title win always kind of stands out in my mind, in my heart, just for the moment and the culmination of so many things. But kind of strictly there's two other ones from a moment perspective, just being able to work with The Undertaker, even though I wasn't in the match, the casket match with Rusev and him, and just being able to be a part of it, make that entrance, get tombstone, get chokeslammed, get thrown into a casket, which was terrifying in real life, was incredible. And then honestly, one of my favorite, the fatal 4-way tag title match we had at Clash of Champions in the midst of the Rusev Day kind of phenomena with the Usos, the New Day, and Gable and Benjamin. For one, I thought it was a great example of everybody looked good. Everybody got their moments. Everybody got their near victories, whatever. And not just each team, but each person had shined in that. And I don't know if you remember this, it was the stupidest setup because for the first time, always triple threat tags and fatal 4-way tags are always 2 guys in the ring, but anybody can tag, right? But for some reason, they sprung it on us and said, screw it. We're doing all 4 of you are legal and you just tag your partner. So 4 people in at all times. So you're like, so if you notice, the heat part of the match is goofy because like me and Gable, who are the 2 heels, like I'm beating up one Uso, he's beating up the New Day. And like, we're try to compete with each other with how hard we're using holds and stuff. Like, cause we didn't know what to do. Like we had to feel it. Like we wanted to beat up the good guys for a few minutes, but like, it's awkward to do it with 4 people like that. It's a harder story to tell, but I thought we made that weird stipulation work. And so that one, and the subsequent, we did a triple threat on SmackDown literally the week after, same rules, but with 3 guys. So it was very strange, but I thought we made it work. So I actually really love that match.
Awesome. It really felt like that was the time for Rusev Day. It really did.
Ollie and I said that on like the podcast review. The pairs were just like, should have called an audible. It should have been a Rusev Day win. Like once the crowd popped, I was like, that's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Brett J. Rasmussen says, today is my birthday. It's such an honor to have Matt Rehwoldt on QuizzleMania. One of my favorite acts in wrestling was Rusev Day with you and Miro. What was one of your favorite moments you had being with Miro? Love everything you're doing, Matt.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday, by the way, as well. So, I mean, again, a lot of them, the Undertaker one I just talked about, even coming out at WrestleMania, getting to do the entrance there, it was very cool. But moreover, like less in the ring, tons of fun matches and all that kind of stuff. Pretty standard stuff. But like, so from that same WrestleMania, though, was 34 in New Orleans. Just when we were booked for appearances that week, and because Rusev Day was popular, we actually kind of had several. We had like .com interviews and like on-site interviews and network stuff. And so we were doing a kind of a bunch of media. And so to walk around that city, and I don't know if any of you were there, like Bourbon Street and stuff like that, people were chanting Rusev Day like all weekend long, just like while they're out drinking hurricanes on Bourbon Street in the middle of the afternoon. Like we did an interview and we popped onto like the porch to do this interview with Kathy Kelly. And like, there's 100 people down on the street who just turn up and go, just start chanting this. So like to be a part of an act that just had that instantaneous kind of reaction out of people instead of, because usually like before, even with the vaudevillains, there's a lot of like, wait, sorry, who are they? Who's on camera? What are they doing? Oh, it's those NXT. Okay. But to be able to be part of something that was just like, oh, it's them. Yeah. Whatever, chanting and creating a moment like that was very, very cool.
I actually have a question about WrestleMania 34, because that was the one where you turned up in the Andre the Giant Moro Battle Royal with hair, and then you turned back up introducing Miro with a shaved head. Your idea, how long was that kind of idea like in your mind? What was the situation there?
So that's a fun story too, because so early that was coming down a little bit. So the month before was Fastlane, which Rusev faced Shinsuke Nakamura for, I believe it was the US title. No, or maybe it was just, they were just facing each other. I don't remember. But so they had a match. So leading into that match, as part of the usual fanfare, like I had a match with Shinsuke on SmackDown. And so boom, and when we do it, the next day on .com, they had the photos for the match. And I always, like every wrestler, try to get a good photo for Instagram where you're looking ripped or like, oh, doing a pose or something. So I see one from the match where Shinsuke is like, he's drop kicking me and I'm taking a bump. But the shot is from behind. And at this time, I was kind of growing my hair and slicking it back. It was kind of long in the back. But when I bumped, the hair flipped up. Big old bald spot. Like I knew I was thinning like everywhere. And especially I knew it was there, but I'd never seen it so just like bam. Like, and like that. I'm like, it's got to go. I've been trying to comb it back and kind of cover things and do this like a little bit. I was never worried about the hairline, but I'm like, I thought I had it covered in the back. And so I was like, all right, it's time to go. So like in February, I'm like, I want permission to shave my head as part of my special WrestleMania entrance. And because you have to get that approved. And of course, because it was me, nobody gave a crap. So they said, sure, go ahead and do it. But then as I was leading up, I was getting like special gear made that had like three different, it was like the faces of English. I had like my NXT photo, great artist, Rob Schamberger did it. It was like an NXT photo, a current photo, and then like, or no, FCW, NXT, and then a current WWE photo, all like plastered onto my gear. And so I was like, well, if I'm getting that made, I'm like, I found out I was going to be in the Andre. So I'm like, all right, so I'm doing the double appearance. I'm like, let's do something fun. And like, I talked to the hair and makeup lady. I'm like, if I run back here after the Andre, I'm like, can you just buzz me real quick? And she's like, sure. And I didn't ask to be eliminated first, to be fair. I was going to if they didn't. I was like, can you just please get me out early? But sure enough, I was number one. So I was like, fine by me. So I ran back. It had to change because like it's annoying. I'm not wearing trunks. I can't just go off on. I'm wearing tights. So it's boots all the way off. And I have tall boots. Pants off, new pants on, boots all the way back up. And then I go to the makeup lady. And so she is just about to start. And she goes, well, do you have a good head? And I go, what do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. She goes, well, some people, they do this and they don't have a good shaped head. You know, it's scarred or it's there's a bumps or something. Like, do you know? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't had a buzz cut since I was 8. She's like, okay. and so at the end, she's like, okay, you have a pretty good head. I was like, thank God. And
not all of us can say that.
That's apparently, I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently it's a thing.
Magic.
My favorite haircut story of all time is a Luke Owen about the lady who told you to just up on your hair.
I was like Max. I had a comb over for a long time. Like as soon as I started on Wrestle Talk, I was balding at the back, and I've got a really bad bald spot. I've also got the island at the front, so it was kind of like it was meat in the middle. But I was combing it over for so long, and I thought I was getting away with it. And then I went to get my hair cut, buzzed to the side, and the hairdresser just went to cut it, stopped, and was like, "You do know this isn't working, right?" Yeah, sort of. And that was it. Now that was the time I decided,
Gonna have a come to Jesus moment. I'm looking forward to mine. Alex LeBeau says, hey, it's the Drama King. Hope you're doing well, Matt. Your Discord is super wholesome. P.S. Adam is always glad you're back. Yes, the link to the Discord also in the description, guys. John Duarte says, question for Matt. Are you going to wrestle in AEW or any other company? And what was your favorite match in your last company?
So, I mean, I tell the same thing I tell everybody, like, it's not up to me. There are people in charge who make those decisions. Am I open to the opportunity? Absolutely. Especially a place like AEW. I'm really admire what they're doing and especially what they've been doing this last year, given the pandemic and everything like that. They've really been giving it a go and like turning out some good content, I think. So yeah, the opportunity's there. I would absolutely love that. And I mean, we talked about it last time, but my last company, it was WWE. And so my favorite matches were probably, that 4-way tag. The 3-way tag actually after that was really cool too, because it was in Chicago. And I got to do a frog splash in Chicago and with my wife in the audience. So that was cool. So that on top of like the NXT match and the Clash Champions match.
Awesome. Finn says, new pledge hammer. Finn here. Question for Matt. Is it true you studied acting alongside Becky Lynch in Chicago? Jam that jam.
So not alongside, but at the same school. So she did an exchange program from her school in Dublin. So she after she had kind of briefly left wrestling during her indie run, she went back and she studied acting and everything like that. And she did an exchange program, which our school, Columbia College Chicago, does with, I forget the university in Dublin, but they do kind of an exchange program for the theater department. And so I believe I think just graduated. And then like the next semester she came in, she started doing stage combat because I was still in touch with some of my friends who were younger than me. And they were like, hey, there's this other wrestler here. Do you know them or whatever? I was like, oh, I know the name. And so like we had planned to like meet up or something like that, like with a group of friends, but it didn't work out. And she ended up going back to Ireland. But we got in touch on like Facebook or something like that. So like, yeah, we were in touch and we were like just a near miss in Chicago. But then when she came to NXT and everything, it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right, this is going to be our last question, folks. Thanks so much for sending in your questions for Matt. Vinny says, rooting for my boy Luke, but I am feeling an Andy win. Feels like quite a good chat to end on. I would like to ask, if possible, what was the process for Matt to learn to sing the Bulgarian anthem for Rusev/Miro? I am Bulgarian, and I know our language is hard to learn for native English speakers. That's a fun question to end on.
Yeah, so I hate to be a shill, but like I do tell like the full elongated version of the story on the Drama King YouTube channel, youtube.com/DramaKingMatt. But very swiftly. Because so SmackDown at that time was still taped on Tuesdays. I got the call from Michael P.S. Hayes on Saturday night saying both to have a tuxedo fitted and ready to go and learn the Bulgarian national anthem for Tuesday. So I had, okay. So we hang up at, in the evening on Saturday. So, okay, tux shops are closed. So great. Tomorrow's Sunday. So they're either closed or like very limited hours. So if they don't know if they'll be able to help me. And then Monday I fly out. So great. So that was almost a big deal. I found a YouTube, one of those YouTube, with the lyrics going on it, and just listened to it in my headphones on repeat for a few hours, and then on the plane ride there, and I just praying that I'm like, all right, I won't have to do the entire thing, right? I'm like, because he's making an entrance. If I can get 2 minutes of it, I should be okay. But if he walks slow, I'll be screwed. Because I'm like, there's no way I'm getting like the full 4 minutes or whatever, like every single word. I'm like, I can get these first couple of lines and really play it out and everything like that. So yeah, as quick as I could, and I tried. I remember getting some tweets from some of the Bulgarian fan base who nobody screamed at me from what I remember. Nobody was like, screw you, you've embarrassed my country or anything like that. So it seemed to have come off decently. But yeah, it was learned very quickly is the best way to describe it.
Did Miro give you props for it, or did you let him down?
No, he didn't, because he knew that he's like, holy crap, you had to do that over the weekend. I was like, yeah. He's like, it wasn't bad.
Awesome. Matt, thank you so much for being on QuizzleMania with us. It's been a genuine joy to have you on, sir. We really
oh my god it. No, guys, this was let's just put it this way, I've done a lot of podcasts, shows, YouTube things or whatever. To say this was unique and a fun experience comparatively would be quite the understatement. So thank you for giving me something very memorable.
You are more than welcome. So we're gonna let you go. Bye, Matt. Thank you so much for your time. Amazing. Right, Ollie, I know that you most likely have to go to bed as well because you are older than the sea, older than the trees.
And I've had loads of whiskey. But just before I go, we didn't talk. I kept on wanting to bring up, he had that Totoro in the background.
I could see you chomping at the bit to be like, I want to talk about it.
We've got 4 Totoros in this house. One of them is a onesie.
I know Ollie actually did a Halloween movie show together once where he was in that Totoro onesie as his Halloween costume. And he wanted to do it as this big reveal as well. With the first half of the show, he's not wearing costume. And we did this running gag that everyone else is in costume, but not Ollie. And he told me beforehand, he was like, I have got a costume, but I want it to be this big second half of the show reveal. And we finished the first half. Ollie went off and he came back into the Totoro thing. And we all got a chuckle out of it. But he told me later, I was like, I thought the reaction would be bigger.
Because it was a very unflattering, badly fitting costume.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ollie, of course, for donating your time to QuizzleMania. Not as generous as Matt Rehwoldt, but still pretty good. We do have a bunch of super chats to go. So if you did send in a question for Matt, we do apologize. We asked as many as we could, but as you can see, the guy is a really good raconteur. So Ollie, we're going to say goodbye, and I'm just going to start reading Ultra Chats.
Quickly, Adam, before Ollie does go, someone pointed out that if you hadn't left the price on that picture, then I probably wouldn't have won because that's the only reason I got that one right.
In fairness, though, I went over, so I wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have got.
That's possibly true. And also, someone went, Andy wins, but here's the dog with money in the bank, and I just enjoyed that. So, yeah. Anyway, goodbye, Ollie. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, that's way too close.
Look, Denise is here.
Whoa, Denise.
Denise.
Hey, everyone should go subscribe to Instant Culture by Denise Salcedo, I reckon. Right. I'm going to start reading super chats. I'm going to do it in my quiet.
Back in a second.
Absolutely. I'm going to start without you, if that's okay. Gene K 0120 says, I want to thank you all for wishing me happy birthday on the last QuizzleMania. It made my day. One little thing, my name is actually pronounced like Sean, but with a J, as I am a guy. Lol. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, Sean K 0120. FTF Jam That Jam QuizzleMania Team Tempest. Jack Archer said, I keep forgetting these are ultra chats, not slap chats or jam chats. Michael Long says, hey guys, can I get a shout out for Joe and maybe an It's Joseph's Day? Who is my absolute rock, the man who kept me going through the event, the tales to my Sonic as he turns 30 today. Thank you for all you do. Or shout out to you, Joe. You sound like one awesome fella.
Happy birthday.
Tan City says, I spent the last 10 days in quarantine, been watching everything. Oh, I've read this one already, but thank you very much, Tan City. Twisted Mind says, cheers, Adam, Matt, and everyone else. Sadly, my bottle of Monkey Shoulders was emptied long ago. Only got half a bottle of 15-year-old Glenfarclas. Oh, I don't have Matt here to correct my pronunciation. Jam That Jam. Experienced Furniture Thief says, first time watching, so I've had to donate. Thank you so much for all the entertainment you guys provide. You've been such an amazing help to so many. Just wanted to say Purple Monkey Dishwasher. Not sure if that's a reference to my what's behind me. That phrase feels
that rings a bell.
Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Let's have a look. Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Evan Reich, while you're looking it up, says, just bought photosynthesis because of your list, and it's been great. Also, Andy cheats. Photosynthesis is indeed great, and Andy does indeed cheat. Arnie K says, my favorite whiskey has to be Nicker from Barrel. I've not heard
that previous one.
He bought photosynthesis because of my list. ET says, hey guys, what would you rather see? Brock Lesnar join AEW for a year or Conor McGregor join Suzuki Gun for a year? I can't lie. I want to see Brock versus Omega. So I guess that, although I do love Suzuki Gun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm picking Brock just because I don't want Conor McGregor near wrestling.
Boom. Laugh Track says, when I saw that Aiden English was going to be on the stream, I thought we were going to get another No Way Jose moment. Thankfully, it didn't happen. Hope you're all doing well. Now, let's hope this QuizzleMania doesn't go the same route as 10. Bloody hell, our fans have got memories.
Oh, crikey.
I did not see that until I literally had read it. Squidge22 said, hey, Adam, Luke, Ollie, and Andy. No Matt there. Absolutely love the Rumble watch along and awaiting my Beer 52 order with anticipation.
Oh, dude, so good.
Can't wait for QuizzleMania 27, and oh my god, it's on Rehwoldt Day. Hashtag JTJ, hashtag FTF, hashtag LT. Lovely time with the boys. John says, I lost my John says, I lost my fiance 10 years ago to cancer. After seeing your head shaving shenanigans, I decided to brave the bald myself to raise money for
Sorry, I'm not laughing at that, obviously.
No, sorry. Tempest disappeared in the lobby holding a fact check. So, Tempest, absolutely love the bit. I'm just going to finish reading this quite sad super chat first. After seeing your head shaving shenanigans, I decided to brave the bald myself to raise money for Sarcoma UK. Amazing. I just wanted to thank you guys for the inspiration and for everything you do. Hashtag my head is cold. Thank you very much, John. And yay, it does get cold. It does get chilly.
Oh,
now
first time you walk out. Like that is, I never felt it so much.
Hello,
first of all, hello all. There were a few things throughout the show that could have possibly used a fact checking, but Purple Monkey Dishwasher, I can't let that one slide because that is a Simpsons reference.
It's a Simpsons joke, right?
It's a Simpsons joke from when the teachers go on strike and Bart goes up to the back of the picket line saying, Principal Skinner says the teachers are about to crack any minute, and it broken telephones its way up to the front of the line to Miss Krabappel, and he says, Skinner says that the teachers are about to crack any minute. Purple Monkey Dishwasher.
Very, very good. Stick around, you might as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. You have somewhere to be. Josh says, Andy, I think you can put your mic back on the table now. I don't think the wine was as bad as it was. It's just weirdly, it makes more noise when you hold it. Josh says, "Hi everyone. Do you think WWE will do a Firefly Funhouse match at Mania with Orton?" Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the plan as well.
Josen says, "Mr. Davies, any comments on the behavior of your QuizzleMania tag champs on AEW, and do you support it?"
That is one of my favorite stories of the year. Is them having to edit that match because they were jacking everything off.
Oh, I thought you were just about they are still our QuizzleMania tag champions.
I think we've got interim champions.
We're currently joined up by our QuizzleMania tag champions, in fact.
We are indeed. And two-title Andy, the people's champion. Very popular champion is Andy.
Oh, yeah.
I did comments afterwards, actually, and genuinely, people were happy.
Andy, don't put yourself down, man. People do like you.
Yeah, but John Huggins doesn't, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Andy, get his ass. Aiden Williams says, "This is a stacked episode. The longest reigning champion, lukewarm Luck Owen, the boss, Mr. Davis, the champion, Andy Datson, and the former Aiden English, Matt Rehwoldt. Fun fact, I popped for the name because it's my first name spelt the same way. Matt, or is Rehwoldt a first name as well?" Layla in the Thunderbird says, "Luke, I recently watched a hardcore triple threat and didn't think it was that great.
You were wrong.
But I am genuinely curious to know what makes it such a special match for you. As a big fan of Raven myself, I just prefer something like his dog collar match with Abyss."
Let me count the ways. Honestly, let me count the ways. Okay, you've got the golf cart bit where it doesn't start properly. Hilarious. You've got Raven being thrown through the window. It's amazing. You have Kane and Big Show literally like fighting through a cardboard city like they're King Kong and Godzilla. It is the greatest match in the history of all time. And it ends with them all falling off a stage. It's absolutely wonderful.
How often do you watch it a year?
I don't know. I mean, probably like the next time I need to review it, I guess I'll if I do it, is Raven actually good? I may do actually, is a WrestleMania X7 actually good video for this year? So
No,
I'll probably watch it then.
You were flying close to the sun with, is the Royal Rumble actually good? If you even try that, you're going to get burned.
Is wrestling actually good?
Beardman Shane 889. I actually would like to watch that video just to see how many different ways you could say yes.
I mean, Adam, I've got you down to be a correspondent on it, so I do hope that you want to see it. So yeah,
sweet. Beardman Shane 889 says, "Luke creepily staring through the Bella Twins wine graphic makes me think it's a Luke in a box." AK Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg in the SNL short. Love you guys. Hashtag Luke in a box. Hashtag jam that jam. Jack the Moist Sensation, gotta love our fans, says, "Hey guys, I will be watching later. Luke, would you rather eat a tin of dog food or a smegging pot noodle?" Jam that jam, lads.
I mean, back in my teenage years, because Jackass was popular, we used to make videos to like that together just for our own entertainment. And on a couple of those videos, I ate dog food as part of challenges and stuff. So I've eaten my fair share of dog food. I also ate my fair share of pot noodles because I'm British. I'd probably pick the pot noodle, really.
I would say that your fair share of dog food is no dog food because you're a man.
Yeah, that's pretty true. But yeah, I've eaten a lot. Let's put it that way.
I've eaten a lot, more than his fair share. Jack Archer says, friend walked in while Luke was looking through that cut price tag, and he said he looks like the cover for Disturbed the Sickness. I was sipping absinthe when it happened, and it shot up my nose, and now I feel like I'm reaching a new level of transcendence. I mean, if you take absinthe up the nose, they're straight to the brain. Disturbed the Sickness.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yep, I see it. Joey the Tyrant says, "Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. After watching every QuizzleMania, this is my first super chat." Well, thank you. I'd like to say thanks to Matt for being the very first WWE wrestler I saw live at my first SmackDown in Phoenix in February 2018. Jam that jam.
You're welcome.
I've got
Can I quickly say the first wrestler that I ever saw live was Kazarni. I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't think a lot of people can say that.
No, you caught him. You caught him in that brief window. The ship's passing in the night. This one has been tagged by our mods as bit morbid. But an LJ says, sorry for sounding morbid, but it's a message your viewers should hear. I work for a funeral service, and in the last month I have worked 5 funerals for young men under the age of 25 who have committed suicide. Please, if you feel suicidal, seek help. People love you. Absolutely. I don't work for them anymore. Unfortunately, volunteer, I should say, work for them anymore, just because my schedules haven't been able to align. I should get back on it, but I worked for the Samaritans for about a year or so, a bit more than that, maybe 2 years. Maybe my timelines are messed up, but yeah, like talk. Absolutely, like it may not help, but there's always someone available on the end of the phone. Samaritans are available 24/7, and genuinely, like, it sounds crazy, but talking about your problems out loud, it arranges your thoughts in a different way. You get to hear yourself, and suddenly you don't sound like you suddenly when it works, you realize how harsh you're being to yourself. So talk, absolutely. Misha Sumra says, has anyone ever tried Innis and Gunn beer? Craft beer brewed in whiskey casks, absolutely delicious. +1 vote for not peaty Scotch. People rave about Islay malts, but all I get from them is a bouquet like a damp bog with a compost finish. And the creepy otaku says, it's QuizzleMania day. Matt, I saw your video after your release from Name Redacted WWE. I've never heard more inspirational words in my life, especially after that year we had. Hope your future brings you many fortunes. P.S. Any collabs with Miro one day. Brutality says, hey, Oily Davis, you possum. If you win this quiz against Mr. Aiden Danish, Luke, and the other bloke with bad hair, I'll donate another $50.
I don't have bad hair, do I?
I mean, Brutality might have been talking about me, but that's not true. Gabe says, thought Adam would like to know that Board Game Club is giving QuizzleMania a real run for its money. Jam that jam and get on board. Thank you. Not in terms of views, but we'll get there. Seriously, though, the Board Game Club we got coming out Friday is a pretty special one. I've watched it. It's got one draft left on it, but it's the best Board Game Club we've made. Definitely.
That's exciting.
What's the board game? You'll have to tune in on Friday to find.
Snakes and ladders, isn't it?
It is snakes and ladders. Roll them dice. I am not an owl. The amount of requests we've had for that to go on a t-shirt, like, I mean, might as well.
What is it?
Right? It's yoga.
It's yoga, really.
Okay. From what?
I am not an owl says hi. That's it.
Hi.
Someone going to such lengths to say that they're not an owl does kind of make you think that they perhaps might be an owl.
I mean, also, we're going to type one word.
I didn't hear a word of that. You both talked at the same time. On we go. Laugh Track says, sadly, I can't watch live tonight, so I'll ask one question for the group. What's your choices of drink on a night out? 1 week, one strong. That's a great question. That's one we've not been asked. For me, it's hooch for weak and Jack and Coke for strong.
My God, hooch. You don't hear a lot of hooch anymore. The first thing I ever got drunk on was hooch. I was 14 years old.
Smirnoff Ice was my teenage dream, yeah.
It was New Year's Eve, 1999 into 2000 as well. It was the first time I ever got drunk. And I was like, it's the new millennium, and I'm hammered on hooch.
New millennium, new me. I would say my go-to week is Southern Comfort and lemonade. Like, if I'm not looking to get drunk, I just want to enjoy my drink. It tastes like sweeties. It's very, very tasty. And my choice of hard drink, I guess, would be I don't know, like a really strong IPA. I guess I don't really go in for the hard stuff. I'm not like I very occasionally have whiskey at home, but I wouldn't have it out. It's too expensive.
No, I'm just a lager man. Like, if I'm in the week, 'cause I don't tend to drink in the week, but like occasions like this, I'll just have a Stella or an Asahi or something like that. At the weekend, I'll probably have a proper craft beer, like, yeah, as you said, like a 6% or something like that. I try and keep things session, but then I will end the evenings off with a couple of refreshing G&Ts just to really clean out the palate.
Yeah, if you're trying to get drunk, which I guess would be the point of a strong drink, like if you're going out with the purpose of getting drunk, then 3 pints of a 6% IPA, and that'll be me. That'll be me.
Oh, mate, yeah. I'll have a few pints of Nuki Brown, and it just sits heavy in the stomach, and like that's.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I typically go for Molson Canadian for just like a drink. It's just like a nice Canadian beer. If I want something a little bit heavier, then I've come to really enjoy like a nice margarita recently. And otherwise, I've gone away from rum and more towards whiskey. So like a nice whiskey ginger has been my drink of probably the last year or so.
Oh, a Diet Coke if I'm on a and then a Pepsi Max if I'm going hard.
Treat yourself.
DJ, but not a DJ, says, "Hey guys, big fan of QuizzleMania. Thank you for this. You're all honestly the most endearing dorks I know, especially Olive. I still laugh when I watch him tell Big LG, 'I'll kick your ass,' whilst cracking his voice in fear." Question: favorite book? Catch 22, I think.
Oh, are you gone for a proper book? Oh, that is a proper book.
That is a full book. Yes.
Yeah, that's like an Alan Partridge answer.
Want to say the Bible.
Mine's I think I'm going to go with Are You Dave Gorman by Dave Gorman and Danny Wallace.
Oh, that's
I just love that story, and I think it's a really and like basically that whole run that they did of like Google Whack Adventures and Yes Man and that's the one where he accidentally starts the cult. Join Me. Like I really loved that series that both Danny and Dave Gorman did.
Awesome.
I really do. I mean, I'm more of a podcast sort of. I do just listen, and I'm more of a listener than a reader. But I did really enjoy The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime when I was a young teen, and just I remember just reading that and not for the first time ever just being like, no, I'm not going to do other things. I just want to finish this book, which I think is always a good sign.
I mean, I guess I probably shouldn't let it pass, but like you can get mine if you want. Like it's not that good. It's got some fun stories in it, but it's very daft and very silly and very throwaway. But Catch 22 for me. It's a beautiful, sad, incredibly funniest book I've ever read and it's not even close. Like it's so funny. Just the high concept humor in it is amazing. Tempest, do you have a book that you'd like to throw into the ring?
I don't read as much as I probably should these days. I honestly have a stack of books next to my bed that there's probably about 20 books there that I need to get through, and they've just kind of been piling up over the last 2 years. At this point, honestly, the thing I like reading the most are like either biographies, autobiographies, like history type stuff, and being me, most of them are about wrestling. So whether it's like, Bret Hart's book, Hitman, was excellent. Jericho's first 2 books I thought were really well done, because after that he just each one would cover 3 years of his career after that. It wasn't like a life story anymore. And probably Mick Foley has arguably the best wrestling book. So any one of those ones are all really good.
Absolutely. While I'm here, before I move on, I do want to remind everyone we do have a 2,900 people watching us just chatting nonsense. But I do want to remind you, if you want to see me actually take part in a quiz, I am taking part in this year's No DQ trivia tournament alongside Nugget. We're both in it. I can only imagine he's done as bad as me, but if you want to see how much I don't know about stuff, please do feel free to watch me tomorrow night on Greg Cherry Brand's YouTube channel, where I do my first round match in the tournament. No spoilers, but it turns out I'm much better at giving the questions rather than answering them. But no spoilers. Go watch it. It'll be fun.
Speaking of Greg Cherry, next Wednesday is Fan QuizzleMania. So do head on over to patreon.com/partsFUNknown, I believe, and sign up to that. The $10 and above backers can take part in a fan-only QuizzleMania. It's hosted by myself and Adam and Tempest, and it's a right old laugh. So that is next Wednesday at 9 p.m, just like this one. February the 10th. Be there. Or don't. You don't have to, but it's a lot of fun.
Be there.
We'll see you there.
Be there or don't. Will Hate says, "You're still my Jam That champion, Mr. Davis. I'll never support El Blakador or Laurie Fake." New subscriber to your YouTube channel, Matt. Love it so far. Awesome. Everyone go and subscribe to Wrestling with Whiskey, and of course, Drama King Matt. His both his YouTube channels. Luke, when will Keith Apicary make his return and be a guest on QuizzleMania? As I recall, it went over well.
Yeah, it's the most disliked video we've ever posted. So people did not. We thought that Keith was going to get over massive because we thought it was really funny. People did not like it.
I have heard the story because he's very funny.
He's hilarious, and what he did, like the segment he did in the show, was genuinely brilliant. It was so funny, but yeah, people did not get on board with it.
Freddie House says, "I've binged all these back to back in a couple of days, so I wanted to say it's Rusev Day. You know what that means. Thanks for the laughs." Jay says, "Adam, I don't want you to read this out to the public, but would like you to read my last tweet on my Twitter handle. It's my coming out metaphor. I'd like to know your journalistic comments." Okay, Jay, I will copy and paste that. I can't promise I'll get to it straight away just because I have got to be up early in the morning and I'm going to go to bed after this. But I have copied and pasted it, and I'll give it a look. Bacon Rasher says, "Hi lads, I didn't know about Matt being a whiskey lord. Definitely letting my dad know. He loves whiskey. Question for Matt: does he know the FTF origin? He doesn't know. Fuck that fuck. He knows Jam That Jam. That will have to be enough for lovely Matt Rehwoldt to know about Jam That Jam. Question for Randy Andy: when did you last get 180 in 3 darts?
Oh, a while ago. Yeah, I'm pretty bang average. It's happened a few times, but if you want someone who's good at darts who works for Wrestle Talk, you want Liam Winard, our website manager. He is very good.
180.
180.
Should I have 3 darts and see if I can get it right now?
I went to the darts for a stag do once. It was like one of those proper like full darts days, and my favorite thing about it was the announcer, because if you get over 100, it's brilliant because it's like 102, 180. If it's below 100, they just sound disappointed. It just goes 98.
Okay. Oh shit, that's pretty good. What'd you get? Count them up. Count them up.
65. I mean, I completely fluffed the last one.
65. Erin Bartholomew says, "So glad to see you, my guys. For my favorite time of the fortnight. Please send some good vibes. I found out today I have to have some nerve blocker injections in my head soon. Thanks for all that you do. Well, obviously, our best wishes for that. P.S. There definitely needs to be a QuizzleMania board game. Please, no. Please, not again. I can't have another YouTube channel I work for bring out a board game. I won't do it." Chris Delinquent says, "Really, genuinely, I started working at Drafts, and shortly after I was made venue manager, I think, the general manager pulled me to one side and said, 'Adam, do you think we should make a Drafts board game?' And I was just like, I can't. Not every place I work now." To which I said, "If you want to, that's fine, but please don't make me do the rules video for it." Chris Delinquent says, "I really enjoy you guys finally watching live again. So now that wrestlers are coming out of retirement from injury, i.e. Christian, do you think Corey Graves could come back? And what would you want him to do? I was a big fan of his in NXT. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, maybe, I guess. Like, what was Corey? I wasn't watching NXT when Corey Graves was active. What was his deal? He was just a kind of counterculturalist guy.
Yeah, pretty much. He was angry CM Punk in a suit, sort of.
That's it. That's like all the reviews of him were just everyone would just call him knockoff CM Punk, which I thought was unfair. But like, I think that's why everyone sort of labeled him as. I mean, so, yeah, like if he can get back in the ring, you know, that'd be amazing for him, and I'd be super duper happy for him. It's not something that I'm like clamoring to see in like a Edge and Christian reunion, but like, yeah, if he wants to get back in the ring and he's happy, then I think that's awesome.
That hug, man.
Matt, very quickly, on the same sort of line, not that I don't care if Corey Graves gets back in the ring, like that would be cool, good for him. But along the same line, if Shibata was able to come back from his injury, that would just, I would weep thoroughly and hard.
Oh man,
Matt Marquis says, listening to Matt talk about expensive fancy whiskey while I sit here thinking about what soda I want to mix my vodka with. I'm so uncultured. You do you. Plumpy says, Adam, will you ever bring back the editorial style videos you did back in Name Redacted? You know, Adam's Pipe Bomb. Those were brilliant. Like maybe. Like it's tricky because like I think the essays that are coming out on partsFUNknown by by Laurie and by Luke are fantastic, and I don't think there's a need for me to do one. Like genuinely, like Laurie's most recent Samoan culture explained and like in like their dynasty in wrestling, sensational. Please go and watch it. Same with Kofi Mania. Like those are really good videos. Same with the Actually Good series. So yeah, no, those guys are handling the essays and doing it very well. The Creepy Otaku says, I bet Ollie feels like Kevin Owens and The Fiend about to enter WrestleJamia, but loses the title before the big show. Hashtag jam that jam. Hashtag everything is fakeador. Yeah, he can still win it back, I suppose. There's still a few pay-per-views to go before the big WM. Just a tribute, CC says, roses are red. Ollie closes drawers with his hips. Titus O'Neil kissed his son on the lips. Also, Matt, if it's not a rude question, was shaving your head at Mania 34 a spur of the moment thing? I remember watching it live thinking something's different. Well, there you go. Question asked, question answered. Vinny says, love you all, rooting for my boy Luke, but I feel an Andy win. Oh, we've had the question before. Lorenzo Mora says, hey guys, a couple of QuizzleManias ago, I wrote that I'm the biggest fan in Italy. And I think so because I've watched every single episode live streaming, not missed one. Just pointing that out in case just pointing out that in Carmella's wine there is a written cagna that in Italian means bitch.
Wow.
Cool.
There you go.
Cool. I mean, I'm sure Carmella probably speaks a bit of Italian in it, probably enough to know that. So maybe it's a branding thing. If someone's punked Carmella by putting bitch on her wine, that would be really sad. James says, roses are red, pirates sail ships. Titus O'Neil is a very nice man who doesn't deserve all the hate he gets. Also, he kissed his son on the lips. I am glad that Matt left before we read these ones. Justin McClucky says, look on Matt's face when the holla holla clip played was priceless. Thank you for all the QuizzleMania joy you bring. It truly helped my lockdown experience. Love to all of you, even Mr. Davies and his tiny peen. Hashtag jam that jam. PFK Day. I mean, fans, you have represented us well in front of our very special guest. Literally, what must he think of us? We had the bishop over for tea and we didn't bring out the fine china. Crystal Liquid says, question for Matt, how is it teaming with Simon Gotch and also working with Enzo and Cass? We've answered that question. Sadie Lady 59 says, hello all you beautiful boys, first ultra mega super chat, not for Tempest. Anyway, I heard on Fightful Select that Matt has the most beautiful voice in the entire wrestling world, and that ain't a rumor. Love the LED lights, Adam. You Laurie stan. What can I say? I do stan the legend. Andrew Lindbergh says, Matt, just an FYI, Rocks Tequila is $30 in Pennsylvania. Oh, just a quick question. Who would make a better boss? Mr. Burns, Hank Scorpio, or let's just call him Mince Vic Man?
Hank Scorpio.
Hank Scorpio.
He was a great boss. He was just evil.
Have you ever seen the man with his shoes?
Yeah, once. Hank's, yeah, if that's the thing, is like Hank Scorpio is terrible to everyone except for his employees. So as a boss, yeah, absolutely. Mr. Burns will drop you through a shaft, and Mr. McMahon will.
Did you see the Simpsons writers like all getting together and like basically like if you have a question about Simpsons jokes, we'll just like we'll explain them to you. And a lot of people wanted to know about the reply, the yeah once. Is like, is he saying yeah once I have previously, or is he saying yeah once I just saw you do?
I've had that argument. Like that's been an argument people have had, and I will die on the hill that it's a separate time.
Yeah, same here.
It's a separate time. Although, never mind. Official Lena Paul says, I just wanted to say thanks for the mention by Adam Pearson. My friend Alina Lopez told me about the show, and I had to see where Tugrats was mentioned and see the sexy Andy Datson. I'm rooting for you, champ.
Can I say very quickly, because there was someone in the comments after that one that was like, oh, how did Tempest know to confirm that? I Googled it. I did not know what Tugrats was.
Googling yourself all night.
Fact check. That's it. And no more questions, Your Honor. Bearded McFly on TikTok says, Matt, what is your least favorite time with WWE, and why is it the one night in Milwaukee storyline? Jam that jam, hashtag SRS, hashtag FDF. Oh, poor Matt. Cult of False Reality says, sup, friendos. Since I'll never be on this show, the best fast food is White Castle. White Castle, I suppose. Also, Matt, why didn't we ever get the Border Villains versus Mustache Mountain? Seems like a dream match. Oh, I'd love to have seen that. The blind guy says, first time Ultra Chat. Cliche to say now, but thanks, Adam, for getting me back into wrestling. I get everyone back into wrestling. I got Luke back into wrestling. I got Andy back into wrestling. I got Tempest back into wrestling. No, seriously, though, thanks for saying that. That's very nice. Yes, Andy.
I've got to cover NXT and jump back on the website, I'm afraid. So I need to say my farewell now. But thank you very much for having me on. I now have to do it again next 2 weeks' time. But Luke, please come on and beat me because you deserve it.
He does.
You keep winning, Andy. So
no, I know, but I keep fluke. It was a fluke. Right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. All right. The blind guy says, first time Ultra Chat. Cliche. Oh, I've done that. What you guys when you guys describe things, it's appreciated. Oh, describe as in on Twitter, like Twitter descriptions and stuff. Oh, because the Ultra Chat's from the blind guy. It's all added together. The Royal Rumble was great. However, it's still not completely on board with McIntyre as a top guy. Happy Rusev Day. Oh, interesting. Like, I don't get me wrong. Like, I think here's the thing, right? Drew McIntyre is the top guy in the worst period of wrestling for a very long time. Not necessarily worst creatively, just worst. Wrestling is the worst to watch now than it's been possibly since like 95. Just the experience isn't anywhere near as it could be. Drew McIntyre as a top, like, man, I want to see Drew hold that belt in front of a crowd because like people were so into him going into WrestleMania. It's heartbreaking to see, like, and if he's lost any steam, it's just because that wrestling's not fun, and also that never-ending feud with Randy Orton, I guess. But like, yeah, it's I'm hoping that he will be the top guy when crowds return because he deserves it. Lucas Ashley says, "I need a full mix of Luke's version of Slow Chemical, please."
Yes, I was watching. I have no idea how no one got that. I thought it was very good.
Thank you, Tempest.
We were talking about new metal on Twitter, so I'm glad that we both very much enjoy that song.
You know what time it is. Gar Munro says, question for Matt. Fairly new to the Whiskey Bourbon game, looking for a new pick. Recently been into Bullier and Woodford Reserves, or Bulliet, maybe. Any recommendations? Seeing as Matt's not here, I will say that Monkey Shoulder is delicious.
I would say go and check out his stream. Maybe he'll give you one. That's
a better answer. Very good. Thank you, Tempest. The Adnap 2 says, I'm never going to be able to watch that Simpsons episode again without singing Slow Chemical. What was it you were saying? Oh, everything's coming up Millhouse.
And nailing it, I hasten to add.
I will say, Luke, the Slow Chemical bit you nailed. The Kane bit, the I don't think you nailed that, buddy. And
that's because you're doing a wow, 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 wow. It's one slow wow. It's not a wow, 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 wow.
I don't know if I agree with that.
It's wow, not wow, 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 wow.
No, it's
and I was going. I got that bit, Dan. I will give you. It got better when I started doing the lyrics.
It did.
I just couldn't remember how the lyrics went for a bit.
The wonder of the
world is gone.
Human 316 has donated. It says, I need to know what happened to Tim. Did he ever go online again? Is that I don't get that. Whatever happened to Tim? Did he ever go online again? I'm just going to Google that just to make sure we just to make sure we haven't said like a far right thing or anything like that.
Oh God, I hope not.
I do worry. Did Tim ever go online? It's not coming up in suggestions, I will say.
Well, that's good.
Nope. I got a lot of responses about Tim Hortons. So that's Canada for you.
Tim Berners-Lee obviously created the internet, so maybe he went. I don't know. you feel free to, I was going to say, feel free to send us another ultra chat explaining yourself, but that sounds rather mercenary. Adam's Dyed Pubes says, hail the true Dong Lord Andy. Alina Datsun has quite a ring to it, don't you think? At least a bit more than Alexis Newcastle upon Tyne. Dirty Rich says, a huge shout out to Matt for joining the crazy fucks at PFK. Weirdly aggressive. Could have made a fatal 5-way and had SRS on there too. Always love watching you guys. Keep up. Jam that fucking jam. Fuck that fuck. Keep it dirty and bring back Stephen Larson. Pete Dunn 25 says, hey guys, just want to say that one day I was in Walmart with my mom and I could choose between 2 action figures, the Vaudevillains or John Cena. I chose the Vaudevillains and I'd never regret it. And I'll never regret it. Love that you're on the show. Jam that jam. Ooh,
This better be really funny.
Mod Mother Jenna has just said that Tim Online thing is from your book. Is it from my book? Is it? Is it from my book?
For a second, I thought you meant my book, and I was like, what? Did it? And I was like, thank God it wasn't mine.
The Tim thing is from your book. Who in my book's name is Tim? Oh, is it from Ghost? This is not interesting to anyone who hasn't read my book, and is probably not very interesting to most of the people who have. Hang on a second.
Adam.
Yes, mate.
Oh, Adam. Oh, Adam.
89 is. Did Tim? Yeah. No, that's a reference to my book. Yeah. Really appreciate that, mate. I should have guessed because you're the one who made the Tengulus comment earlier. Tim never did go online again. He died. Uptown Avondale says, this is my second attempt to sell Luke on the movie Trivia Schmodown. They now have Chris Van Vliet along with Jericho and Kevin Smith amongst their ranks of trivia combatants. It's a fun show. #4 awesome for life. #PNATPeen.
It is a fun show.
Yeah, I've heard it's a fun show. I haven't got
Why are you sandbagging the movie Trivia Schmodown?
I'm absolutely not sandbagging anyone. I put out a call for like people to go on Cinemania, and someone suggested Kevin Smith. And then a load of people after that were just like, yeah, you should watch the this trivia show thing.
But you refused.
I didn't refuse. I just didn't reply. And then I think a lot of people now assuming that I don't like it, but I've never seen it.
Daniel Rothenberger says, hey guys, Matt, from a locker room point of view, do people view Cesaro to be as good as the fans do because he's amazing? Oh, I would have liked to hear that question. That's a very good one. Brother Bradley says, hey guys, great show. Matt, you still in contact with Simon Gotch or Blue Pants? Still gotta love that tag title win in Brooklyn. Genuinely though, that tag title win is so great. Brother Bradley says, hey guys, great show. No, we've done that one. Count Von Count says, hey guys, I just finished my final thesis at university writing about wrestling, comparing wrestling with theater, and want to say thank you and send love to all you guys for your amazing work and infotainment, inspiring and helping me do it. I mean, yeah, the comparisons between wrestling and theater are many and numerous. So that sounds like a really fun topic to research. 24601. We have some Les Mis fans, I guess, saying, hey, Matt, don't worry about not doing push-ups. Both Luke and myself can't do push-ups, and we don't have a bad back or a muscle to blame. I do remember that Luke can't do push-ups. Well,
I can. No, I can do push-ups now. Well, one of my things for this year is that I do push-ups every day, and I add one on to the amount that I did the day previous. So on January 1st, I did 1. January 2nd, I did 2. January 3rd, I did 3. So like today, I did 33.
Oh, shit, that's way more than I could do. I'd ask you to do them, but I don't think you can catch it with your camera, can you?
No, and also I've already done them for the day, so I'm not doing them another time.
I'm no fool. Evan Reichser says, just saw Totoro Matt has in the background. Now I'm rooting for him. Also, Adam, have you ever played the game Munchkin? Personal favorite. I have.
Ooh, that doesn't sound like an endorsement, does it?
So look, Munchkin is very good when you don't realize that there are a lot of games that do the same thing that Munchkin does, but without it lasting forever. I don't want to sound elitist, but Munchkin has a system where basically someone gets like one step away from winning and then someone pulls them back. Then someone else gets one step away from winning and then someone pulls them back. And someone else gets one step away from winning and then someone pulls them back. I've been there. But there are better games that give you the thrill of screwing people over, but not having it last for 2 hours. So yeah, I can't lie about board games, man. Munchkin's not for me. I've played it, I've tried it, but there are better games out there. For example, Cosmic Encounter, which we will be doing a video on in the coming weeks. Nate S says, I wanted more than anything as a Mania entrance for the vaudevillains to write out on old-timey bicycles with giant front wheels. Yes, Penny Farthing. What a missed opportunity. Thanks for coming on the show, Jam That Jam. Dumpster Drosy says, hey guys, first time super chat here. Hey, hi Ollie, he's my favorite. So I wonder, how did Matt know Rusev prior to joining WWE? How did the tag team come about? Keep up the good work, Jam That Jam. Ollie, bring the belt home. Thanks, guys. I mean, as Matt kind of said earlier in the show, this sort of a random pairing was only meant to be one segment, but it worked because they're two talented guys. Andrew,
considering Rusev was trained at the Performance Center, or at least that's how he's credited as being trained, I don't really foresee him being like a guy on the indies prior to that, so I would think it's probably a safe bet that they met in Florida.
Andrew Lindbergh says, Ultra chatted earlier and planned to walk away, but I'm too entertained. Now the cat's meowing for food. The kids want dinner for some reason, and I think my wife wants to leave me. So thanks, I guess. P.S. Ollie has a healthy peen, I've been told. Andy's only fan says, hey, Matt, any good John Huber stories? But unfortunately, Matt is not here. Bacon Rasher says, hi again, lads. Apologies, Matt. My lady partner entered the room and said you sound like a husky Kermit the Frog. Have you ever heard that one before? Apologies again. I had to ask. Thanks, Bacon Rasher.
When he went on to 205 Live commentary, Emma said he sounds like Kermit the Frog. I was like, he sounds like, if anything, if he's going to sound like a Muppet, which I don't think he does, but if he's going to sound like a Muppet, it's Fozzie Bear.
Really? Fozzie Bear's quite high-pitched. My name is Mr. Fozzie. He lives in my finger.
But I think that's it sounds more like Kermit, because Kermit's also high-pitched, because Kermit's very high-pitched, because Kermit's like this.
That's a really good Kermit impression, Luke Owen.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, bud.
I did not know you had that in your back pocket.
Oh, mate, if you're watching Muppets Christmas Carol a lot. There's only one more sleep till Christmas.
Amazing. Did not know that was, it's always important to have one impression in your back pocket. Although I am terrible at impressions. Tempest, can you do one?
I can do a pretty decent John Laurinaitis, honestly. But that's about it.
Hit me.
My name is John Laurinaitis, and I'm the Executive Vice President of Talent Relations and the Executive General Manager of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. People power.
Yeah, that does. If you ask me who was that an impression of, I would have said John Laurinaitis. So that makes sense. Cyclone says, QuizzleMania is back. Ollie has a funky gene. Thanks for coming on the show, Matt. I'm sorry about the peen. Richard Cranium says, as a big proponent of tag wrestling, I'd love to one day see a tag division get to equal levels of prestige in regard to singles wrestling. I know that's pretty much impossible in WWE, but could you guys see it happening in any other company?
It happens now.
Yeah, got a company where it might be sort of the most prestigious division. AEW obviously is what we're talking about. If you haven't seen much of the AEW's tag division, then I envy you, because you've got a lot to watch and you'll enjoy all of it. They're fantastic. Han Kami Tomoki says, hey Luke, I noticed that Brody Lee short, good man. Hashtag yes please. Hashtag jam that jam. Hashtag Brody Lee. Great video. Yeah, and I saw your coverage of the AEW episode. That could not have been an easy video to record. And yeah, bravo for just being out there with just how you were feeling. It's
Yeah, I tried to get through it, but it wasn't going to happen.
No, it was not necessarily one of those talking about it as an episode of wrestling telly.
Yeah,
it's a tricky thing to kind of consider. Because it was kind of perfect, but the episode of American wrestling that you would never ever wish to see.
No, and I've got an article in the upcoming Wrestle Talk magazine about John Huber as well and his career, and I was welling up again just writing it. But there's thinking Amanda Huber was on Unrestricted, saying that they didn't have a funeral for him because they didn't want people, lots of people in the same area. So they kind of see that as his, that was it, that episode of Dynamite. So it's kind of nice that we all got to be part of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's I haven't seen a remembrance service in wrestling like that since, the Benoit show or the Eddie show or the Owen show. It's been, a phenomenal tribute just Amazing. Plumpy says, Matt, why did you shave your head? Matt, why did you shave your head between matches at Mania 34? Well, thank goodness he got that question out of him before he left. Dirty Rich says, Luke, I'm paying $5 again for you to tell the pigeon story in great detail and with lots of shit. Please, I laughed so fucking hard the last time you told it.
I wish we had someone that hadn't heard this story to like react to it.
Yeah,
such a good story, man. Just coming back on holiday and just coming there to see the hole in the roof. It was an incredible sight to see.
That is, I haven't laughed like that in a good long while. When you've got a story like that you just know is an absolute banker, reliable for any situation, it's a wonderful feeling. Brian Doyle says, hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. I have a question for Matt. Were you told to shave your head after the Andre Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania 34? I asked because I remember being confused seeing you all with Rusev after the Andre Battle Royal. Well, there you go. Count Von Count says, hey guys, I finished my final university thesis writing about wrestling, comparing wrestling and theatre. I want to thank you and send love your way. Oh, I think we've had that from Count Von Count. Heavy Metal Chris says, hey guys, happy QuizzleMania. Matt, have you had a chance to try Tullamore Dew? It's where a lot of my family are from. Love an Irish whiskey. # jam that jam. Eace says, can Matt sing me a compliment? I sure could use one. Unfortunately, he is not here, but you look great. I hope that's a poor substitute, but I hope it's something. Thank you very much for sending in an ultra chat. Rick Gonzo says, finally get to watch a full live QuizzleMania with my older brother. It may be the last as he's taking a big step in adulthood and moving out to his own place. Well, hopefully you can still watch a QuizzleMania with him. Welcome, Matt, and a thank you to all the staff for putting smiles on our faces. Jam that jam. Evil Puppy says, hiya, I hope you're all okay. I've been in a really dark place of late, really been in my head. Tonight I've been able to actually laugh for the first time in days. It's all down to you guys and my wonderful and very patient husband, Ian. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Bazongazar says, roses are red, Smooth Pete looks like a teen. Science approves. Ollie has a small. Also, the tattoo of Undertaker's balls on Ollie's balls was a reference to Adam's list. Yes, I clocked it. Ollie and Luke look really confused by it. I think Luke watches some of my lists, but Ollie's
depends on what the title is. If the title's got or title and thumbnail, that's what's making me click it.
Of course. If I can get Luke, I can get anybody. JRB says, hey, if you are going to do a top 10 squash matches, you have to check out Hiromu Takahashi versus Kushida at Sakura Genesis 2017. If you want to see how Hiromu becomes the crazy star he is today, it starts at that match.
So that's interesting. I guess it sort of qualifies as a squash match, but I don't really view it that way, like, because the story was, because this was the IWGP Junior match, the rematch of the match they had at Wrestle Kingdom that year. And like Hiromu had beaten Kushida. They went into the rematch and Kushida tried to beat Hiromu at his own game of just like throwing your body at him, just, wiping yourself out to get the advantage. And Hiromu beat him in 2 minutes, just absolutely smoked him. Hit the sunset flip powerbomb on the floor, hit the buckle Death Valley driver, and then hit the time bomb and beat him. But I don't know. Maybe it qualifies as a squash match, and I'm thinking too much about it. But I don't know. There was a lot more story there than your average squash match. But maybe that means it's the best one. So
interesting. To review footage, press start. Says listening to this is literally music to my ears. Can we get an update, Adam, on what you think of Hitman 3? Also, Matt, what is your technique for a strong vibrato? # bald is beautiful. # JTJ. Hitman 3 is great. All the Hitman games are brilliant. The Hitman developers are making a James Bond game. My boxes are all ticked. Hitman 3 is fantastic. It's exactly what I thought it would be. 6 great levels, loads and loads of options, really replayable, just the sort of thing you can just sink hours into, just planning the perfect thing, sneaking around, feeling super sneaky. It's great. It's my favorite thing. I only wish it was longer. There's a brilliant mission in Berlin, which is unlike any other Hitman mission. I won't spoil it, but the mission in Berlin is superb. Arnie K says, I sent you all a tattoo on Twitter. Oh, okay. We'll see if we can find it.
I think that was the same guy that was talking about the Brody Lee, John Huber tattoo. And I think someone around the same time had asked if I had gotten the tattoo yet. Have not. It's going to be difficult to get it like quickly, but we are working on it, and the design should be finished soon. And I would like to be able to show that off at some point, but it's in progress. It's not being forgotten about.
If it's something that's going permanently on your body, let's take our time and do it properly, and also, considering everything, let's do it safely. Mark Gallagher says, congratulations, Adam, on your Wrestle Talk anniversary. It is indeed my Wrestle Talk anniversary. 3rd of February, I believe, is today. 3rd of February is my official start date at Wrestle Talk. It's been a lovely year.
Pleasure,
Pleasure's all mine. Was the fantasy booking warfare always meant to be a one-off, or were you already agreed to work for Wrestle Talk by that point? How heartbreaking was it for it to leave drafts? Drafts was a lovely time in my life, but it's stressful, man. Like, managing a venue is hard and thankless sometimes. Like, I love my staff. My staff is how I got to know Elliot, Blair, Isaac, like the people, so many people I still play games with today. Like, they're lovely, lovely people. And it was really hard to leave because they threw me a lovely kind of going away do. But like, man, I don't get woken up with phone calls at 12:30 at night saying, hey, the alarm's gone off, what do we do? Or, hey, someone's had their bag nicked, what do we do about that? So like, there are pluses. And fantasy booking warfare was meant to be I guess like a sort of how to put it, a test, really. Like, we Wrestle Talk and I were in talks for a little bit about essentially making No Rolls Barred, and that was the thing. Like, my plan was to come back and just work on that as a producer, because when I left YouTube. And then we thought, well, look, we don't want it to be a situation where, like, people find out that I'm working on this channel, because it's not something that we're ashamed of. We love what No Rolls Barred's become, and we don't want it to be kind of a thing where you look like, oh, are people going to find out Adam's working on it? So we just thought, oh, we'll do this thing. So like, we could then say, well, he came on to do this, and then we offered him this, and blah blah blah. And the response was just positive, and it assuaged a lot of the anxieties that I sometimes still get about being on camera. So that's the story behind that. Start recording.
Sorry, Adam. It was, funnily, so me and Ollie obviously were, talking about, like, when you were in the talks with him, and Ollie was like, "Oh, I'm meeting up with Adam for some drinks, and we're going to sort of talk about these things." And I was like, "Oh man, that's super exciting." And then I went to Drafts to play D&D. And you were working there that day, and like, we were just sort of chatting and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I hear you're meeting up with Ollie for a few drinks," and we just sort of like chat about that. The following day, I saw Ollie, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I saw Adam last night. I mentioned that you were going for drinks." He was like, "Don't tell him that. Like, I'm trying to woo him. Like, you don't tell the girlfriend that I like my potential girlfriend that I like them." He's like, "You'll scare him off," and I was like,
did he thought you'd track me down or something? That's cute. You guys are cute. I like you guys. Start recording says, if you guys are about to be attacked by a honey badger, which awful wrestler's catchphrase would you scream at it to make it retreat? Burn it down? Maybe like, oh, excuse me. I think excuse me would make any woodland creature within 2 miles run for the hills.
No, I'm just running at it saying, "Here comes the pain." Been like oh, here comes the pain.
Chunky, funky, chunky funk, monkey, chunky funky. Brian Doyle says, do you guys think it was a misstep by naming the Valentine's Day NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day as opposed to naming it St. Valentine's Day Massacre? You know what? I'm not going to slam a company for not naming one of their events after an actual massacre that happened in real life. That's fine. I can live without St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Vengeance Day is weird, though. Zach Robinson says, thanks for tonight, gents. Absolute right, as always. I brought a copy of Godzilla Tokyo Clash after watching the Wrestle Talk Expo special. How have you found it, Luke? Would love to play you guys at some time, if and when possible.
Bloody love it. I just think that the scoring system, it doesn't work. I think that it does need some house rules in there. But that is probably my only complaint about it. My wife and I kind of balked our first game of playing it, though, because it suggests that you should play as Godzilla and Megalon because they're basically both the same character. And because if you play as Ghidorah or Mothra, you kind of got like different rules and stuff. But my wife really wanted to play as Mothra. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's fine. Just play as Mothra. And then reading through it, I was like, oh, right. This is why it's hard to play as Mothra. Because like my wife was like, I can't do anything. And then you read through, it's like, oh, it's because Mothra doesn't want to fight anyone. Mothra is trying to stop you from like destroying buildings and stuff. And it's like, oh, it's a different mindset to get into scoring the game. But yeah, I just don't think the scoring system particularly works.
Tell you what, man, that has got me thinking about one of my favorite games. I love it when you have like a game that's based on characters fighting and the mechanics for them fighting is really, really thematic to their characters. But yeah, Unmatched Cobble and Fog, or any of the Unmatched games, like you have like 4 characters in here: Dracula, Jekyll and Hyde, Invisible Man, and Sherlock Holmes, and they all fight so differently. Like Sherlock Holmes can have a peek at your hand at times, so he knows exactly what you've got. So he's like working stuff out, and he can do actual deduction with Sherlock Holmes. Whereas Invisible Man is literally like portaling, like literally like teleporting around because you just can't get the bugger. But he's really weak in a fight, but you just can't get him. So it's really frustrating. Oh, man, I love really good thematic fighting games. So I sounds like Godzilla's right up my alley.
You know, as much as like when you, Adam, came on to the channel and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hear Adam talk about wrestling. That's so cool. I find so much joy in hearing you talk about board games. You just see the glee coming out of you. And it's just, I don't know. It's very cool. Very cool.
It's something I'm legitimately passionate about. Not that I'm not passionate about wrestling, but just like it's a chore to watch wrestling these days. It is. That's why that's why I'm not doing a lot of lists about wrestling these days. You know, like it's hard to watch, and you know sometimes it's hard to feign the same level of passion. And that game being said, it's hard to play board games nowadays as well. But like, I love them. They're literally my favorite hobby, and I think they're one of the great forces for good in this world. Spectre Grim says, as someone who suffers from depression, anxiety, and agoraphobia, I can't thank you guys enough for the entertainment you provide. It helps me greatly survive my lows with many chuckles and belly laughs. Truly a heartfelt thank you. Thank you. Matt Hirsch says, Tempest, your reactions to Edge's win and Christian's return were perfect. Does that and Tanahashi's never win make up for the Packers? Never forget that Kazani has a clean win over MVP.
No. Honestly, they did not make up for the Packers losing. I was really upset by that. I was really sorry. Football is not a big deal to people on your side of the pond. At least this kind of football. I was really upset by that. Yeah, I'm glad that some people find humor in me popping in and being like, "Oh my God, Christian!" I didn't say Christian, but I did kind of say that something big was coming at the next entrant. And I've heard some people were kind of upset by that. But it's in the moment. That's a reaction.
Me and Ollie were just like, I was like, we spent the first hour of the stream like getting everyone's stream in sync. How was Tempest still 5 seconds ahead of everyone?
Yeah, that I was really kind of upset by that because for some reason my cable box will like shut off after like 3 or 4 hours. Just like, oh, you just have to press start and go again. But me pressing start, it was then out of sync again. So I was like a minute ahead of everyone else. And I tried to reel it back just based on when people were popping into the stream. But yeah, it was fun, though. I'm happy he's back.
It was great.
M. Sanchez says, hello, guys. What cinematic match do you think was the worst of 2020? It was the Viking Prophets shit.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say Swamp Fight, but I forgot about Viking Prophets, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those two, honestly.
Yeah,
it's just it's the worst thing they've come up with.
I also did not like the Cold Dream match either.
No, me neither.
Yeah,
it's just that the editing was horrible.
Ugh.
Sean Wallace said, Matt Rehwoldt was a fantastic guest for another great QuizzleMania. He really was a fantastic guest, by the way. What a sound guy. Adam, is a new Hitman game worth getting? Yes. Also, would love to see you do another Loot Crate unboxing with Ben Potter at some point. Man, I love Ben Potter to bits. He's one of my favorite people. He's a very good boo. Very good boo. I said, that counts. He's a good boo. T-Rex on a moped says, I'm really sad I missed QuizzleMania, but I wanted to contribute. You guys have really helped with my depression lately, so thank you. Thank you. Love you guys. Jam that jam, and can I get a yes, please?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Zach Robert. No, Tempest.
Oh,
not you.
Sorry. Oh, fact check. That's my thing.
Adam, a yes, please is for everyone.
Oh, Luke. You flirt. Zach Robertson says, still waiting on that for awesome and no Rolls Bard merch. Just wondered if there's anything potential in the pipeline. I'd wear a 263 shirt. And the 4 awesome slanted logo would make a great badge and or patch. It would make a good badge, actually, to be fair, 4 awesome. What's the 260? What's the 2.6? Oh, 2.63. It's the Wits and Wages video, of course. 2.63. That's right. Ah, Blair. Jack Archer says, finally coming down from the absinthe high. While I'm in a semi-ethereal state, 2 questions. Have you all played the card game Cheating Moth? Also, have any of you familiar with the Yakuza series? It has some cameos that I'm sure you would love. I've seen the cameos. I know which one you're talking about, the New Japan guys. Speaking of Cheating Moth, I will be quick because obviously we're past midnight now. But I have this game here in my behind the scenes. It is Cockroach Poker by the people who make Cheating Moth. Cockroach Poker is one of my most played games of all time. It's also a tenner. It's only really good for like 4 people upwards, I would say, but it's superb. Like the best bluffing game I've ever played. It's so much better than like poker, actual poker. One of the games that I cannot wait to play, like Board Game Club, when we can actually film it in the same room. So that's a huge recommendation if you have ready access to 4 or more people. And the amazing Cliff says, second super chat, we lost a great person last week from the Wrestle Familiar. Jago, I'm sorry if I pronounced that name incorrectly, of COVID-19. I'm really sorry to hear that. His favorite wrestler was Edge, so cried a lot on Sunday. Thank you everyone under Consultation Discord for supporting me. Love you.
Thanks, Cliff. Love you, Cliff.
Hankami Tomoki says, hey Adam, list idea, top 15 pop culture wrestling attires. P.S. Tempest, I love seeing you mark out over Edge winning the Rumble Sunday because it's as close as I ever get to seeing an actual crowd pop. And this is our final ultra chat, so we're going to leave it here. Top 10 Wrestling says, hey lads, love all you do. It was Adam who inspired me to start my channel in the first place. Oh, awesome. Check out Top 10 Wrestling, everyone. Which wrestler do you think has had the best breakout since the empty arena shows began?
Honestly, and it's super weird now, but I probably would have said Brody Lee for his run in AEW. Just
in terms of just like improving your stock and it all happening within COVID. Yeah,
I've really said this a lot last year, but for me it was Bailey and Banks. Like I think that they absolutely used this era to elevate themselves into.
Would you describe them as breakout?
No, certainly not breakout stars, but I think that they were so much more over than they were at the start of the year. Like, I don't think Bailey's championship run was doing much of anything until sort of the COVID era started. And them being on all the shows, I think have really like leveled up their stock a lot.
I mean, Keith Lee obviously hit the highest high that NXT's had in years, and then, but like it's a really, really tricky one just because breaking out is so it's so tied into fan reaction. It's when the fans demand to see you is when you've broken out. You didn't used to be in that way.
On that note, I might say Eddie Kingston then.
Oh yeah, that's a great shout.
I think that might be the answer, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, we did an AEW Dynamite video where we called it like Breakout Star of the Year with Eddie Kingston on the thumbnail. And we opened up the video being like, it feels like the dumbest thing in the world to say because he's been around for 20 years. But Eddie Kingston like is on fire at the moment. Like he came in for one show and is now a featured act on Dynamite because he got over so hard.
More than that, he's sort of like becoming some sort of locker room leader. Just like you see the footage of him backstage, and it almost feels like he's always been a part of that company.
Apparently, Homicide's ribbing him for that as well. I text him all the time, being like, "Oh, you're some locker room leader now, are you?"
He's just one of the most charismatic people in wrestling. That is all our ultra chats. I want to thank everyone who has sent us money. That's wonderful. Again, obviously, we want to thank Matt Rehwoldt. One of the guests to really throw themselves in and make themselves look silly and have some fun. Please check out his socials, again, in the description, his YouTube channels. Really good sport, really lovely guy. Thank you for Luke for staying up the whole time. Thanks for Tempest for giving us time out of his day. Thanks for Ollie for his peen. And thank you to Andy for retaining the QuizzleMania Championship and proving that he is the best champion going right now. And do check out my appearance on No DQ. Tomorrow, go to Greg Cherry's YouTube page to check that out. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone.
Bye.